radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening. Fade to Black. Bespoke Radio. For the masses. Yeah. How you doing? How you doing? All right. Let's do this, man. This is Fade to Black. It's Thursday, January 10th. Oh, no. Oh, how did that happen? I've got the wrong notes. 10 days into the new year. 355 days left. We are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of beautiful downtown Burbank, California. And I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black. For KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and KGRA, the Planet, I am your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? It's Thursday night. It's Fadernight. We've got Teresa Yanaros here, Divine Frequency on the airwaves at the bottom of the hour, followed by open lines all night long. At the top of the hour after that, I've got a very special event that's about to go down. I'm not going to say anything. You have to wait for that. I will say this. It's the first time this has ever happened on this show, and we have done a lot of fun, crazy stuff. So stand by for that. And then at the bottom of the hour, 8:30, I've got another little special thing that's going down. In between all of that, we're going to be taking phone calls. Okay, so it's going to be a very cool, exciting night going down here. So there you go. All right, so Teresa is here, Divine Frequency on the airwaves. And then open lines all night long. You know what to do, right? Go over to jimmychurchradio.com. We've revamped the website, and it looks kind of the same. It's what's underneath that is so special. So go over there. You can follow, like, and subscribe. Everything that we do on social media, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Onstellar, all that stuff is over there. Twitter, of course, you can follow me at JChurchRadio. J Church Radio. That's what you want to do. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox. Hashtag F2BQ is Fade to Black questions. Just post right there. Questions or comments. Loving all the guitar stuff. It hasn't stopped today. I am digging it. And and this is for all of you Fadernauts out there. You got a guitar? Right? You play guitar, right? Billy Gibbons used to say, spank the plank. I want to see your guitar, okay? I want to see your guitar. So that's all you got to do right there. And, okay, so got a lot of stuff going on. So let's get to the chase on everything. Any questions or comments? Hashtag F2BQ. You can email throughout the show tonight. or any other night. Jimmy at jimmychurchradio.com. All right, here we go. I want to get Twitter blasting here in front of me because, the big announcement. The big announcement. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you sitting down? Here we go. Just going to let you know right now. This is what is cracking. Our 2019 Soul Tech Conference will be held this July 4th weekend at the Sunrise Ranch in Loveland, Colorado. There you go. All right. A spectacular conference center right there in the middle of the country. And it's beautiful. There you go, up in the mountains in Loveland, Colorado. And all you have to do is go to soultechgathering.com. Rita will be posting everything up in Twitter. And head over there and sign up. That's all you got to do. Okay? There's a mailing list and a spot right there as soon as you get to the website, right there. And our list of speakers is incredible. And we will be making those announcements in the days and weeks ahead. But I know the secret info, and I can tell you right now, it's incredible. Okay? So there you go. 2019 Soul Tech Conference will be this July 4th weekend at the Sunrise Ranch in Loveland, Colorado. And the great news on top of all of this, it's the July 4th weekend. July 4th is on a Thursday. Everybody is off that weekend. You can make your travel arrangement, and it's easy to get to. Just wing it into Denver, and it's like 20 minutes north, and you're there. So, all right, Sunrise Ranch, Loveland, Colorado, and Google it. Check it out. Check out the facilities. Check out the ranch. And I cannot wait for the Skywatch, Night Watch events that we're going to be doing up there. Oh, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible. Okay, there you go. All right. Jason said that's his son's birthday weekend. I guess that means I got to take him with me. You know what, Jason, this is the great news. We have got all kinds of events that are planned for the kids, too, as well. Okay? So, absolutely, Jason, bring him. Bring him. He's going to have a blast. All right. There you go. Let me get to the other big news today. If that isn't big enough, check this out. In fact, everything that I've got lined up here as far as the news goes, it's being eclipsed by the Soul Tech Conference announcement because this is really big news. And I got to tell you, I'm not so sure that this news is as big as Soul Tech. Tesla drops the cheapest versions of the Model S and the Model X. That's right. Elon made the announcement today. No more 75D versions of each car will be sold, which is the cheapest versions of both cars in the line, right? Think about this for a second. I'm talking about like $15,000, $18,000 cheaper, right? Both cars cost less. They both have smaller batteries and less range, but they're not making them anymore. You have until midnight this Sunday to order one. After that, on Monday, that's it. They are over. Also, Elon announced that his future Roadster, the convertible, and I'm not making this up, this announcement happened today, all right? That his Roadster will actually hover over the ground. An innovation that he says it'll take away all the bumps on the road for millions across the United States, and they are going to be selling the Hover Roadster, I'm not making this up, by 2020. Is that incredible? Now, I've got more news. Today, it was also announced that SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket may finally be launched on Friday, January 11th from Vandenberg Air Force Base's Space Launch Complex 4E after several postponements. Huge Tesla news all day today. But it's not as big. It's not as big as Soul Tech. So excited. So excited about that. Yeah, I'm going to miss ECETI. I'm going to go up there for a vacation anyway this year. But, yeah. And if you're going to top ECETI, you've got to go with something like Sunrise Ranch. And it is going to be amazing. Great facilities up there. And so everybody head over to soultechgathering.com. Get signed up and let us know. We'll keep everybody posted, and the news will be released as it comes along. Okay, so there you go. Soul Tech, July 4th weekend, Loveland, Colorado. All right, now, next month, I can't believe it, next month, February 22nd through the 25th, we will be at the Conscious Life Expo right here in Los Angeles, California, at the LAX Hilton. This year, we are celebrating the 50th anniversary of Chariots of the Gods. That's right, Eric Von Daniken and I. Yes, Friday night, I'll be hosting the panel with Eric, Linda Moulton Howe, Jason Martell, Billy Carson, and Rabbi Ariel Bar Zadok. And now I'm going to get the rabbi on the show very soon. I'm also going to get Robert Schock on the show. Linda's going to be on with us next week. Maybe we should get Eric on the show, too, as well. Rita, we got to get a hold of Ramon and get Eric on the show. That would be really cool. George Norrie speaking there this year. So is Nassim Haramain and Daniel Brinkley. Grant Cameron. Got to get Grant on the show. Haven't had him on in a while. And Julia Mossbridge. 50 other speakers. And if you look at the entire totality of what's going on at Conscious Life Expo, it's more like 100 speakers this year at the Conscious Life Expo. Just go to JimmyChurchRadio.com. Click on the Conscious Life Expo banner right there. Full conference schedule, tickets, everything that you need is right there at JimmyChurchRadio.com. All right, there you go. Hoffman's Optics, Hoffman'sOptics.com. Get your night vision goggles. You got to go to Hoffman'sOptics.com. Click on the banner over at JimmyChurchRadio.com because you've got to get your goggles and get all situated before Soul Tech, which is coming up in July 4th. And the night watch, sky watches that we are going to be doing up there at Loveland, you want your night vision goggles. Go and get your very own right now, Hoffman'sOptics.com. Give Alec Hoffman a call, the very best. Get the Jimmy Church model. Get the Jimmy Church model. That's what you want to do. All right. Bitcoin tanked again today, by the way. It dipped below 3,600. It totally tanked today. I don't know what it's at right now. Let me see. Nah, I don't have it up. I'm just wondering if, one of these days, I'm just going to click on, it's going to be like 29. It's going to be 28, 27. Yeah, I feel it coming. That's my crystal ball. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. It is just $2 per month. And it's simple. And we have over 975 archive shows right there. So that's what you want to do. It is just $2 per month. And also become a Fadernaut. That's what you got to do, right? Go to JimmyChurchRadio.com, click on the membership section, become an official Fadernaut today. Don't forget all of our sponsors here. Like, of course, River Moon Coffee, right? Last night we had a F2B blend is the promo code, by the way, 15% off of your order. Oh, man, it's the best coffee in the world. Absolutely the best. River Moon Coffee, Life Change Tea, Ancient Life Oil, all of our sponsors. Click on the banners right now, JimmyChurchRadio.com. Let's get the show cracking. Happy birthday to today. Sir Rod Stewart is 74 years old. Did you know he was knighted? Did you guys know that? Did you know that he was knighted? Well, he was. 74 years old today. And you go and you look back. I'm a huge Rod Stewart fan. Huge. You go back and you think about it, right? The Jeff Beck Group, 1968, 1969. That was some forward-thinking stuff right there. I mean, that was like moving into the jet age. The faces, right? Oh, man. I mean, how great was that? And, of course, the solo stuff, which made Rod Stewart one of the most biggest acts, hugest, ginormousest in the world. Rod Stewart, 74. I don't even know if I have a favorite Rod Stewart song. I don't. Every picture tells a story, don't it? That's up there. Yeah. What was the other one? People Get Ready. Right? That was a great video, too. Jeff Beck coming in, playing some guitar on that. Pat Benatar today is 66. And I got to say this, big Pat Benatar fan. Neil Giraldo. Right? Now, got the same problem with Pat as I do with Rod Stewart. What song do you pick? When you think of Pat Benatar, where do you go? I kind of like Precious Time. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pat Benatar today is 66. Jermaine Clement today is 44. New Zealand's finest export, certainly their funniest export, Flight of the Conchords. But I'm going to say this, and I have to. Everybody knows Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords, but that's not his best stuff. No, it's a movie called What We Do in the Shadows. It's a vampire flick, and it's a comedy, and it's really, really, really good. Really good. What We Do in the Shadows. And if you're not doing anything after the show tonight, that's what you want to peep out. What We Do in the Shadows. Jermaine Clement today is 44 years old. On this day in history, that's right. Are you ready? Are you ready? 2000, in the year 2000, America Online Inc. announces plans to acquire Time Warner Inc. for some $182 billion in stock and debt. The result was a $350 billion mega corporation headed by AOL's founder, Steve Case. And we all remember it, AOL Time Warner. But just 2 years later, they lost $54 billion, Case was gone, and they dropped AOL from its name. It's funny. Fader fact. All right, now here you go. All right, now listen. I want you to listen to me, and I say this every night with a Fader fact, but this is the one that you have to listen to. Okay, just listen. Listen. When astronauts vote from space, they list their address as low Earth orbit on their absentee ballots. And that is your Fader fact. You like that? All right, tonight is Fader night. It's Thursday night. We've got lots of stuff going on. Yeah, lots of stuff going on tonight. Bottom of the hour in a few short minutes. Teresa Yanaros is going to be here with Divine Frequency on the airwaves. And I believe tonight, I'll give a little tip of the hat. I don't know what's going to go down, except I think she's going to do something about 2019 resolutions. Did you do, she's going to ask me about mine. Yeah, I feel that coming. All right, so that will be at the bottom of the hour. At the top of the hour, very special live event's going to go down. And I believe it's a first for Fade to Black. And when you hear what's about to go down, it might be the first in radio history. So that'll be at the top of the hour. And then at the bottom of the hour, I've got another special event going down. Right, and that one involves cooking. So get ready for that. It's a very special Fader night. Let's have a good time tonight. Now, last night, David Wilcock was on the show. And, man, I love my, River Moon Coffee is the best. David Wilcock was on with us last night. And I brought up a Project Blue Book. Okay? He hadn't seen it yet. He wanted my opinion. And I danced. But 2 nights ago, the History Channel premiered, right? Project Blue Book. And it's starring Aidan Gillen as Dr. J. Allen Hynek. And in the episode, okay, I'm just going to do this. A live pantomime radio broadcast. Jason, that's funny. That's funny. I could do Billy Crystal in Spinal Tap, right? Mime is money. Hurry up. And now this is the thing. It was pretty good. All right. But depending on how you want to look at it, was it just total fiction with a little science and history thrown in, or was it supposed to be exact, spot on, historically accurate? Well, before I get to that, and I will, what I did notice was the amount of commercials. Yeah. I have seen the amount of promotions that History Channel has invested in, and the commercials for Project Blue Book are everywhere. Every channel, network, website, everything is drenched in advertising for the series, which means that the History Channel believes it will be a success. And with that, they have sold a ton of advertising to play during the broadcast. And I guess you can say, right, good for them. But it really took away from the flow. And everyone these days can fast forward and skip on ads. So why not have fewer breaks with more commercials in them, right? Have 2 or 3 with more longer, but fewer. But it just seemed like the show just started to get going commercial, right? 2 minutes, commercial for 4 minutes. 2 minutes, commercial. It was too much. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but anyway, it's hard for me to complain when we run ads like we do throughout Fade to Black. But I make sure that with Fade to Black, we're running ads just at the top and the bottom of the hour. So we have a straight 26 minutes. 26 minutes so you don't break the flow. And you could take the same idea, the same concept, apply it to television. Just put some heavy advertising top and the bottom of the hour, but let the story flow. Back to the show. It's my understanding that publicly, J. Allen Hynek went back and forth on the UFO and ET subject, right? And that's my understanding. Apparently, Hynek saw it all, according to this series, right? And his family has approved of this series. How much of it is real and what is just creative license? Now, I'm sure that we'll all be talking about the show each week and after each episode and after it airs, and that's fine. And if there are anything that I think that we'll be able to cross-reference historically with reality versus the show, I think it's going to get picked apart. Maybe we should do it here on the show, right? Maybe we should do it on Fade to Black and just have a Project Blue Book segment where we break everything down, right? And I'm okay with that. Now, and there's also Chris Impellitteri is going to pop up, and there's some other stars in this show, right? But at the beginning and the end of each episode, they're going with, it's based on actual events. So we're going to see that too as well. So what does that do with everything? Well, I really enjoyed what I saw. I thought it was fun. But the reviews and the posts that are going on out there publicly have not been so good. Like, check this out. IndieWire says, and I'm quoting here, history's UFO drama is The X-Files dulled by time and its lack of skepticism. Variety says, it's a perfectly fun bit of distraction that could find an admirable groove if it proves willing to take a step back and make some calculated adjustments. TV Guide says there's little surprise or suspense in these by-the-book anecdotes of weird phenomena in the skies and sinister cover-ups on the ground. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette says potentially intriguing moments feel entirely manufactured, and the plots in between are paint-by-number plain with sometimes painfully bad dialogue. The Hollywood Reporter comes in with, the show is interesting without ever being as fascinating or involving as it ought to be. Collider says, sometimes there's a deeper meaning behind those lights in the sky. Sometimes it's just lights. Project Blue Book is just lights. Case closed. Ouch. Rotten Tomatoes says, perhaps it would be best for everyone involved if Project Blue Book were locked away in a vault like many of the mysterious aircraft could very well be right now at Area 51. Wow. Seriously. And I enjoyed it. So don't let this pollute, right? Don't let this damage Project Blue Book for you. Go and watch it. I enjoyed it. It's almost, to me, it's almost like we're seeing two different series here. I've got issues because I know so much about J. Allen Hynek and Project Blue Book. So I've got some issues there. But if you're just going to watch it as a TV series, it did feel, I'm going to say this. I read 50 reviews today. I read 50 reviews. Took me all day. And one comment after another was, this is the X-Files. And as the show started to play, and I mean a lot of references there. And I turned to Rita right as the show started. I said, look, check it out. That's like X-Files music. It looks like the X-Files intro. There's nothing creative here. What are they trying to do? And as it danced along during the first episode, it very much felt like the X-Files. Like they were like, okay, we know we have this format in front of us, the X-Files. We don't have to do anything strange. We don't have to step outside of the box. So let's just stay with this formula. It worked. We'll just base everything on J. Allen Hynek and Project Blue Book, and everything else will be simple. We don't even have to think. So there you go. I don't know. There you go. All right. This is Fade to Black. It is Thursday night. It is Fadernight. Open lines all night long. When I come back after the break, of course, Teresa Yanaros is going to be here with Divine Frequency on the airwaves, followed by open lines all night long. And at the top of the hour, I've got a very special live event that's going to go down. This is going to freak you out. This is going to be really cool. And then at the bottom of the hour, I've got another special cooking. Cooking is going to happen here on Fade to Black. Take a break right here. It's Thursday night. It's Fadernight. I'm your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. You can email me right now, Jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com. Very simple. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. I'll be right back with Teresa Yanaros. Stay with me.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net. KGRA Radio. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hey, folks. Guess what the number one phrase that Life Change Tea receives by email? You ready? We love this tea. We love this tea. Time after time, week after week, we love this tea. Life Change Tea gives you more energy, a beautiful cleansing, and fulfills its slogan perfectly. The tea that makes you go. So if you want to be on your health game, log on to getthetea.com and order Life Change Super Strength Tea. Packages come in a 1-month supply, and when you brew this stuff, wait until you see the results. Aren't we all about the results? And with a lot of people's health struggling, we can use a little bit of help. Doctors will tell you disease starts in the gut. So log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. Be our next email saying, I love this tea. I love this tea. Get the tea at getthetea.com. Helping America one tea bag at a time.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, The Planet.
Do you want to lose weight but have no idea where to begin? The Fast Start Diet, a 3-day weight loss plan, is the answer. 3 days of nutritionally balanced, calorie-restricted meals delivered right to your door. No shopping, no measuring, and no cooking. Everything is prepared for you and ready to eat at home or on the go. The Fast Start Diet has all the amazing benefits of intermittent fasting without starving. We've helped thousands of people who have struggled to reach their weight loss goals. Isn't it time we helped you? With the Fast Start Diet, you'll lose weight and feel great.
Find Fast Start Diet on Amazon or go to faststartdiet.com and use promo code TALK to get 10% off your first box. And as a special bonus, Fast Start will include their #1 rated Lipo3 appetite suppressant spray free with your order. This is Jimmy Church. And whatever your diet plans are, do what I did. Go to faststartdiet.com.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
And now, it's time for author, teacher, and host, Teresa Yanaros and Divine Frequency on the airwaves. Take it away, Teresa.
Hi, this is Teresa Yanaros at Divine Frequency. You are tuning into On the Airwaves Radio. The times have changed and the tides have shifted. Let's ride the airwaves. This show is packed with high energy mediatainment live. We are diving deep into the realms of the world. We are exploring the farthest reaches of the unknown. We are leaving no ocean unexplored. Y'all know the drill. Live tweet with us on Twitter. You can hang out with Sterling Nicole Bennett. Shout out to you, Sterling, at Stario Crossing with the hashtag DF Airwaves. And you can follow me at Divine Frequency. Today is Thursday, January 10th, 2019. And it's time to dive right in. Hashtag Mermaid Life. Today, it's 2019, guys. We have to talk about our New Year's resolutions. And we're going to be discussing today how to ride the wave between the known and the mystery. This is one of my favorite things to discuss. We're going to do some philosophy today. We're going to go deep into that mermaid life, right? We're going to discuss some practical tools today on how to get you to where you want to be this year. So everybody start thinking about your New Year's resolutions. And I think that overall, most of these have to do with improvement of one's current life or situation. We all have a desire to become better, to improve and grow. So I wanted to go super high level tonight and hopefully provide some tips on how to effectively and efficiently grow this year in whatever capacity you're seeking. So as we know with New Year's resolutions, most have to do with continuing to understand more about this experience that we're having. Personally, I want to strengthen the clear connection between myself and the source creator in order to travel more effectively forward in my life and to continue to experience new beautiful moments in this life. So as we know, growth is a process, right? There are moments of learning. There are moments that you suddenly become aware of a new fact or a new truth. And in order to integrate, you have to change yourself. You have to reboot the system, if you will, in order to integrate that information. So I wanted to talk about Neo from the Matrix and this concept of personal transformation. So when Neo realized that the world was completely different than all of his past belief systems, everything was broken down in an instant. And he had to go through a new process of learning and growth. He had to create new belief systems. He had to create new structures through exploration of these new truths that he was coming into contact with. And he had to learn how to synthesize this information. And when you come into new truths, this lights a fire inside of you. It inspires you and it fills you with the spirit of exploration and the desire to continue growing. So this is a life filled with gathering evidence, gathering data points, and learning how to lean in to uncovering the mystery, the unknown. So connecting to the unknown is one thing, but embracing the unknown is a huge task. And what do we actually know about the unknown? Well, I would say that the unknown is a spectrum. And I'm going to give you guys a quote from one of my favorite movies, Men in Black. Edward says, "Why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it." Talking about ETs, right? Kay says, "A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it." 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that humans were alone on this planet. Imagine what you'll know tomorrow. The more you know, the more the mystery expands, y'all. The unknown is a spectrum. And for those of you who follow Divine Frequency, you know I talk about the data gathering bucket. It's always accepting more data. It's bottomless. There's always more to learn. So when we're talking about embracing the mystery, I lay it out like this. Unknowns become truths, which pave the way for more unknowns, which become truths. So you're consistently in a state of uncovering the unknown. Consciousness expands in a never-ending outward spiral. It actually goes on and on forever. And the secret, guys, is that we are finite manifestations of the infinite, and infinite information exists. We will never know all there is to know. We came into this existence so that we could uncover and learn more. And the existence of the unknown is inherent within this experience. So we're going to talk about 2019 resolutions. And now we're going to go into an arena of practical tips for your 2019 journey. So how do we ride the wave between the known and the mystery? So we're going to talk about that right now. There are a couple of dynamics at play here, right? We've got the wave, we've got the ocean, right? We've got a surfboard and a surfer. So let's break this down. The wave is the current of information leading you forward. And the ocean is the depths of the mystery. We've been talking a lot about the mystery. And then the surfboard is your instrument of growth. of evolution. This is your mind, and then you're the surfer. So we're going to talk about riding this wave. And the goal is self-transformation, evolution, and growth. So first, we need to discuss the interplay between the ocean and the wave, or the mystery and the current of information. So first things first, the mystery is inherent within our earthly experience. The infinite is all around us, and we are here to pull pieces of that infinity into our lives. So think about the depths of the mystery as a universe of potential, the field of infinite possibility. And let's talk about the ocean and the wave. So ocean energy. Wind actually puts energy into the ocean. And this energy can travel long distances before turning into waves. Now I want you to picture that. So think about the depths of the mystery here. Thoughts and ideas float around in the depths of the mystery. And these ideas can travel long distances before they turn into a focused energy point, or an idea that can spark an awakening, an epiphany. So with the ocean and the wave, the ocean channels energy into waves, which build an energy until they break. Think about it this way. The mystery channels energy into currents of information, which build an energy until they reach a point that can spark a movement inside of you, or a sudden catalyst for soul growth and expansion. So let's talk about the wave now. So waves move along the ocean's surface in circles. So think about this, a seagull floating on an ocean wave. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before, but if it's just sitting there on the ocean, it'll be pulled backward by the current and then pushed forward. It's not really going anywhere. It's ending up right back where it started. So this can happen with ideas and information. It can move through the depths of the mystery in circles, but if you don't catch that wave, you just move backwards and you end up right back where you started. And there's no growth and there's no expansion. So what's the key here? Catching the wave, right? So there are optimal surfing waves. The best waves to surf are the ones that peel or break slowly from either right to left or left to right. There are certain geometries essential for optimal surfing. And the steeper the angle, the harder to surf. So let's break this into information. There are optimal currents of information. Some ideas have more energy than others. And the bigger the lesson, the harder to learn. There's additional self-mastery required. I don't know if you guys have ever been in an office meeting where they always have that great idea, and those ideas have more energy. And they bring that energy in, everyone gets behind those ideas, right? You have that one person that's the idea man, right? Then let's talk about the wave breaking now, because this is important. So how does a wave break? The upper layers of water move faster than the layers of water below it. And then the wave can no longer be supported and it breaks. So what's the apex of a current of information? When a current of information is at the precipice of the potential for it to be integrated, you have the capacity to ride the wave or crumble under it. So this is the important part. The moment that you're faced with the truth is the moment the wave breaks. This is the awakening moment, or the moment of truth. And it's an opportunity for growth. So it's all connected. Let's break this down. The ocean creates the wave, which provides the surfer the opportunity to do something. Surf, right? The mystery creates the current of information, which provides the soul the opportunity to evolve and grow. Okay, So now we're going to get into the main event, which is how to ride the wave between the known and the mystery along your journey here in 2019 of self-transformation, okay? So let's break this down. How to ride the wave. Okay, first we have how to surf, right? How do you surf? Well, you balance on a surfboard and you harness the energy carried by the waves in order to propel yourself forward. So, how do we ride the wave between the known and the mystery? We balance. So, when you think about balance, I think about it this way. You have to be patient, but you also have to be bold. You have to know when to hold fast, and then you have to be aware of when it's time to activate, to execute, to initiate, and to start moving forward toward what it is that you want. So you're actually harnessing source. You're harnessing the field of infinite possibility, and you're integrating lessons, and that's what gets you forward. So I would overall say that this concept that we're discussing here is staying grounded and capturing the moment. So the next one, we're going to talk about how to nurture your mind. This is a really important one. So let's talk about the surfboard, your mind. So a surfboard, it has a curved front edge, and this allows water to travel more quickly underneath the board than on top. And what this does is it actually generates an upward force called lift. And this is what brings you up out of the water with less drag or water resistance. And it gives you more speed. So let's apply this to the mind. The mind is your instrument of growth. And that's the board here. So if you take care of your mind, it leads to truth distilled, wisdom obtained, knowledge that you've integrated. This is your arsenal of the nuggets of wisdom, of personal truth that you've gained through your experience. So it's really important that you take care of your board. You have to nurture your mind and you have to give into the experience. And, you know, it's really important throughout all of this is conscious awareness. You have to be aware. It's paramount here. Like we said before, you have to actually catch the wave. And when it comes to surfing, you have to be traveling with some speed or momentum when the wave hits in order to catch it. So to travel with a wave, you have to accelerate to the speed in which it travels. Well, how do we apply this to conscious awareness? You have to be aware of your surroundings. You have to recognize the current of information as such in order to transform your consciousness. You see people that when they're surfing, they're being very aware of where they are and where the waves are, and they're waiting for that optimal moment. They're paying attention, right? So think about it this way. If you're stagnant, you might actually miss an opportunity. You have to be aware. So you have to be sharp and watch for signs. So the faster you paddle, the more likely you are to catch the wave. So the more aware, alert, and observant you are, the more likely you will be to see the signs. You'll recognize the synchronicities. If you think about synchronicity, what is it? It's paying attention to the signs and following the flow of the signs that you're seeing that make sense, that feel right. A good surfer feels into the moment, and they're watching and they're calculating and they say, now is the optimal moment. And then they go and they catch that wave. So what comes next? Integration. The key is integration. The moment the wave breaks is your opportunity to grow, and catching that wave is catching that nugget of wisdom. You get to expand your consciousness here. So you have to be receptive. You have to be able to receive. That's the first one. And then you actually have to contemplate. You have to think. Contemplation takes time too. And then you have to surrender. There's a level of humility that comes into this. You got to drop that pride. You got to surrender to the truth. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter about your opinion. What matters in the end is the truth, right? And that, when you receive that, when you hit that moment of surrender, that is when you integrate. That is the moment of integration. So this is possibly one of the most important points that I'm going to make. The surfboard's path through the water is dependent on the mechanics of the board and the wave. So when it comes to searching for the truth, we have to think about your life path through the mystery. And think about it this way. The wave creates the current of love. Love is the path. The board allows you to travel as light. You are a being of light. Love is the path through which light travels. The path only exists if the wave and board exist in harmony. So there's a whole harmony that comes into play here. And this is you connecting to the ultimate T, capital T, truth. And we catch glimpses of the capital T truth all the time. And when we do that, we're actually distilling a nugget of wisdom. And this leads you further down that path toward evolution and growth. So we've been talking about seeking, being aware, understanding how important and beautiful and epic this system is that you have. Take a moment to appreciate that you have these opportunities all the time around you to integrate more, to be there, to be present, to be loving, to be that being of light that you are, and take this journey seriously and have fun. Have fun with it. So there's a whole element of humility, like we've been talking about, and being a student, being excited to be learning in this experience. There's always more to learn, as we've been saying. And what is this? This is like honing the craft, right? So being humble and practicing. It's about practice, right? You don't become an amazing surfer right off the bat. Well, maybe some people do. But most people, it takes a lot and a lot of practice. And when you decide that you're going to keep going and you're going to keep learning and you're persistent, you're going to get better and better. You're going to improve. And it's okay to not have all the answers. The ocean throws us curveballs, right? These are important lessons. So I think one thing that's really important here too is to fall in love. Fall in love with your experience and know that at every moment you reserve the right to change your mind. And that is extremely powerful. So going into 2019, it's important for all of us to appreciate that we have free will and we are learning. We're all students. We're all self-mastery students. And when we're here going through this together, it is a beautiful journey. And the more we're like children, we can be playful and we can have fun and we can fall in love with this experience. When you watch children play, it's an amazing thing to watch because they're completely in the moment. And when you watch people surf, they're in the moment. They have to be completely integrated in fully to that moment to catch that wave. So immerse yourself in the experience. Be grateful for the experience. Recognize the experience as an opportunity and have fun. And another really important thing is to surf with your friends, right? It's about falling in love with the experience together. We're not here to be alone. We're here to be on this journey with our friends and family. So sharing insights with each other creates a beautiful space of learning together. And it's so important that we're encouraging to each other on all levels. And we can lead by example, and then we can also learn and follow. So there are different dynamics depending on the relationship. And even within each of your relationships, there will be certain different dynamics depending on the lessons that you're learning together. And we can support each other. So you ride the wave every day. So believe in yourself going into 2019 and harness the mystery while on your journey toward the truth, and enjoy the process of self-mastery. I'm your hostess, Teresa Yanaros at Divine Frequency. Thank you so much for joining me for this evening's celebration. This is On the Airwaves Radio. This life is all about riding the wave between the known and the mystery. For a sparkly dose of mediatainment and personal empowerment with a refreshing blast of glitter and truth, follow Divine Frequency on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. You can go to thedivinefrequency.com and sign up for our newsletter to stay in the loop. The times have changed and the tides have shifted. Let's ride the airwaves. All around us are pieces of the gigantic cosmic puzzle. Let's attune to its frequency. Bye. Back to you, Jimmy.
Well done, Teresa. Well done. Oh, whoa. I lost Teresa right there. Boom. I was gonna ask her what her official resolution was. Mine, I got to go a little more simple. I do. It's just me. I got to clean the garage. That's my New Year's resolution. If I get that done this year, I'm a winner. But the other thing, if I'm going to sign up, I'm going to continue with my quest of zeroing out negativity in my life. And I talk about this all the time. If you are walking around with negative baggage hanging off of you, with friends that are negative, with people around you that are negative, get rid of it. Cut it. Cut it clean. Cut it clean off, and then you will be able to walk freely. You ever jump in the shallow end of the swimming pool and try to walk around? You know, you can't do it, right? You got to go slow. And when you cut that negative baggage out, it's like jumping out of the pool and then walking. You're free of that. You're free of it. Just is such a freeing thing to do, getting rid of negativity and cleaning out the garage. All right, it is Fadernight, Thursday night. Thank you, Teresa. That was so inspiring. So well done. It's Fadernight. It's Thursday night. When I come back, we are going to have a special live event, and I'll let you know exactly what's going down here when I come back. It's a first for Fade to Black. I can guarantee you that. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Email is jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com. You can follow me on Twitter at jchurchradio. I'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas.
Come join us for the 2019 Conscious Life Expo in Los Angeles at the LAX Hilton. This year, we are celebrating the 50th anniversary of Chariots of the Gods with Eric Von Daniken, and I'll be hosting the panel with Eric, Linda Moulton Howe, Jason Martell, Billy Carson, and join George Norrie, Nassim Haramain, Robert Schock, Daniel Brinkley, Grant Cameron, Julia Mossbridge, and another 50 speakers who will be presenting at the 2019 Conscious Life Expo. Just go to ConsciousLifeExpo.com for tickets and a full conference schedule, or click on the CLE banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Go back, Lee Tappy.
Folks, this is very important information. What's to be said about CBD? AncientLifeOil.com. Our CBD is made from hemp and has 0.003 THC, which means this wonderful product won't get you high. No matter what amount you take. What does CBD do for the body? My hands are tied. But you can Google CBD benefits and be astounded. When you're finished reading, you'll want to log on to ancientlifeoil.com. That's ancientlifeoil.com and purchase. Life is good when you feel good. People are tired of pain. People are asking for non-GMO organic products to help them with you fill in the blank. Legal in 49 states, and again, our CBD is made from hemp. Ancient Life Oil is about helping people one by one by one. If you wonder how good the product is, the CEO takes it every day without miss. AncientLifeOil.com. That's AncientLifeOil.com. Have a great day.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, on the Game Changer Network and the KGRA Digital Broadcast Station.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And this is Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
Yes.
We are of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And I'm Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
And you're listening to Jimmy Church.
The Revolution.
Reclaim your active lifestyle with Angioprim. Angioprim is the original liquid oral chelation supplement. Chelation helps remove toxins, heavy metals, and cholesterol in your veins and arteries that can cause blockages. Scientific research proves the active ingredient in Angioprim has superior oral chelation action that helps promote cardiovascular health. Find out more. Go to angioprim.com. Talk to a trained consultant by calling Angioprim toll-free 877-882-7221.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernaut by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hey, it's Grace. Can we talk about something serious for a minute? Your age. Getting old has its perks. But remember, being a few years younger, you know, your hair was thicker, you didn't have so many wrinkles, that extra weight wasn't haunting you, and you just felt better. Well, we can't turn back the clocks and go back 10 or 15 years, but you can start feeling and looking 10 or 15 years younger with Nature's Youth RSF. It's a doctor-formulated daily supplement that helps your body maintain its peak performance and fight the aging process. Imagine sleeping better, looking better, and feeling better. See how Nature's Youth RSF has helped thousands of people just like you at nature'syouth.com. nature'syouth.com. Imagine how it will feel when your family and friends are asking you what you did to look so good. Your secret will be Nature's Youth RSF. It's time to start looking better and feeling better. Learn more and order your Nature's Youth RSF at nature'syouth.com. That's nature'syouth.com. That's nature'syouth.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, across the globe on the Game Changer Radio Network and the one and only KGRA Radio, The Planet.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight's Thursday night. It is Fadernight. Open lines all night long. And we'll get to the phone calls here in just a bit. The phone lines are open. You can start calling. But this is what is going down right now. I'm switching things over live to Australia. All right? Do I have everybody's attention? I'm speaking to you, Lizzi, right now. I want you to turn to Dexter Dave Cusack, who is right now on one knee with a ring. So, Lizzi JB Sonny, would you marry Dexter Dave Cusack? He's looking at you right now. There you go. Congratulations, you two. And a first time here on Fade to Black, we have a proposal for marriage live on the air. Now, the question is, did Lizzi say yes? I got tears. Look at that. I'm going to hold this up. Look at that. Okay, I'm holding that up to the camera. Can you see it? Can you see it? Lizzi and Dave. Okay. All right. Hopefully, as everybody calms down in Australia, there's a big event going on out there right now. As everybody calms down, maybe Dexter and Lizzi will call in to the show, and we will see what happened out there. All right. Now, I'm opening up the phone lines, 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695 or 818-921-6929. Okay. Now, I'm telling you right now, that is a certain first for Fade to Black, and I'm just wondering what's going on. You know, I know that everybody was playing it live out there, so congratulations, and like I said, I hope that she says yes. Oh man, I'm nervous. That's crazy stuff right there. That is so cool. Okay, all right. With that, let's just jump straight on the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy. How's it going? This is Sean.
Hey, Sean. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. How about yourself?
Well, did you hear what just happened?
Yeah, that's amazing.
How
I
cool.
can only imagine what's going on right there.
I know.
Excitement.
I know. I hope somebody didn't pass out. You know, so.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully
she said yes.
Yeah, you know, that's got to be a radio first. It's one thing to have somebody get on the phone and do it, right, and freak somebody out. That's been done numerous times. But to have the host be the voice, and that was the request, and I thought that was pretty special. That was pretty cool. So,
well, that's a Fadernaut way to go about it.
Did I do good? Man, I was nervous.
You did great.
I was nervous, man. I was nervous. And that's the other thing. That wasn't written out. That was just, I decided earlier today I was just going to wing it, right? I didn't want to have something written out, and that would just spoil it. So there you go. That was from the heart. She said yes.
Meant to be.
All right, it just came in got the tweet in from Dexter. He says she said yes. Wow. Okay, let me get this out in Twitter land right now. She said yes. Yeah, he's so cool. All right. Okay, Sean, over to you, my friend. What's on your mind?
Synchronicity. So, there's these things called odds in life, and you roll the dice. But when it comes to synchronicity and numbers, this is how I know it's real, because as human beings, we have many sources of numbers in our lives, whether it be just glancing at a license plate while driving or looking at a digital clock on various sources. And I've experienced in the past where I've come across several different devices that are displaying digital numbers, and within a 24-hour period, every single time I've looked at a clock, unintentionally, the numbers have been the same. And I recorded it as, in a notepad, and I kept a log of it. And, the odds of that happening are just astronomical. So that's how it really, got driven home for me that, something is going on. There is this invisible influence in our lives that's trying to get our attention and put us on the, right path so we can surf that wave to open our consciousness,
I agree with you. And it goes down subconsciously where our brain is programming itself to the timing of situations, right? And one of those synchronicities is certainly looking at a clock at 1:11 or 11:11 or 12:12. You know what I mean? And so what is going on there? And let me.
Would you see Go ahead.
Well, what I was going to ask you was, when I say what is going on there, is it because the brain is happy, right? And it is releasing serotonin or other chemicals that are that cause joy and happiness, because it knows that when you look at, and you see 11:11, that you release, right? A little adrenaline push.
Yeah.
It is, and that's a great thing. That's really cool. But it just says to me that there's something else going on there. When my daughters started noticing it, Sean, and who are not into our world, right? This thing, Fade to Black, they don't listen to this show. They're not out there doing sky watches with us and talking about UFOs and ET contact. But when my daughter walked out on the patio a couple of years ago and says, "Man, every time I look at my phone, it says 11:11," and she's running out on the patio, she's like, "What is up with this?" Well, what does that tell you? She's not part of our circle. She started noticing it, right?
Oh, it's a worldwide phenomenon.
That's what I'm saying.
And I thought it was just, my mind playing tricks on me at first when it happened, it first caught my eye, but it happens so frequently sometimes that I don't even care what time of day it is, but my eyes are just drawn to numbers, whether it's on a clock or on a passing vehicle or looking at my odometer.
Right. I do it all the time. But
what's making the odds lay it all out? Like perfect synchronicity. You pass the clock and just happen to look up, all the numbers are the same, but that happens every single time you look at a clock throughout a 24-hour period. Like, that would blow someone's mind, and it blew mine. So I've been studying it and looking into it, and I don't know, I've just come to the conclusion that, something's drawing my eyes towards it, and, the numbers are there for me to decide what they mean.
That's exactly right, Sean. You're absolutely right. When I look up, I'm in the studio over at Coast to Coast, or here in the bunker where I have these studio clocks, right, that have 2, 4, 6 digits wide, right? And I look up and it's 11:11:11 down to the second. And that's the only time I look up at the clock. What is that saying? I mean, that's not down to the minute.
What about when the timer's counting down in real time? You have to glance up.
I love it, man.
It's just amazing.
I love it. Sean, thank you for the phone call, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Fadernaut rock.
You got that right. Thank you, Sean. Behave and be well.
All right. I will.
Great phone call right there. Let's stay on the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's go to area code 403. You're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy. Jason from Calgary, Alberta.
Hey, Jason from Calgary, Alberta. How are you?
Good, buddy. How are you?
I just proposed on the air. I'm doing great.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome, Jason. That's pretty awesome. What's on your mind tonight?
Oh, a couple things. Been a while since I called in. So, first thing I just want to say, week after week, you're knocking all the shows right out of the park. They're fantastic. And yeah, actually, over Christmas, I was kind of going through withdrawal, so I went back to the very beginning on the app and started listening to some of the original shows, and Captain of Conspiracy, and got a good chuckle out of that. That was pretty good.
Right.
But yeah, it's amazing how the show's evolved. But got a little story to tell you, and it was kind of neat. Well, it's a UFO sighting and some synchronicity. So and it was really neat that you had Carolyn on Tuesday, because I'm not a skull person. I've never been one, and I don't know, just last week I started having skulls come into my awareness, and it's strange because I don't know if it was almost like I'd been thinking about them or dreaming about them, but I don't remember doing either. but they were there floating around in my head. And then I saw your guest list, I think on Sunday you posted it, and I was like, and I saw this Carolyn, and I was like, oh, that's going to be really cool. So then I commented on it and said, oh, this is pretty cool. I'm really interested in this. So Carolyn sent me a friend request, so I was chatting back and forth with her just a little bit. And then, so yesterday afternoon, I had to go to High River for work, which is a little bit south of Calgary. And on the way down, I'm listening to your interview with her, do my business in High River, and I start driving back north into Calgary and listening to the interview. And I'm debating in my head a couple things. One of them is I'm just thinking like I need to start doing CE5s more. And the other thing I'm wondering in my head is like this crystal skull stuff is really deeply resonating, and like I need to get a skull from Carolyn and I need to get a reading from her. And then I was kind of doubting it a little bit, and I was like, no, I should really do it. The only thing I was doubting is I've got a surgery coming up at the end of the month, so I'm going to be off work for a couple of months. I was like, money's going to be a little tight, but maybe I should do it anyway. And I'm like thinking to myself, yeah, I better get a skull. And so this is like 1:45 in the afternoon. Skies are clear. I look up to the right, and I see this massive thing in the sky. And I'm looking at it, and it's, completely bright. And I'm like, well, that doesn't look at all like an airplane, but I mean, it can't be a UFO. Like, you don't typically see these things in the day. Plus, it was just so big and huge. So I'm just staring at it. And
so what happened?
Well, I just kept looking at it. And I'm trying to rationalize in my head. I'm like, well, it looks nothing like an airplane, but I mean, it can't be a UFO. So then I kind of try telepathically. I say I'm sending out to it. I'm like, okay, I think you're a UFO, but if you are, give me a sign. Like, do something. And I should say it wasn't very high. It was really big. It only looked like it was maybe half a kilometer in the air. And we have a major airport here, obviously. And the way the trajectory of it was going really, really, really slow and sort of coming down and heading north. So I was like, that's what made me think it might be an airplane, but it looked nothing like an airplane. So anyways, I'm telepathing to it. If you're a UFO, give me a sign, like flash a light or something. And nothing happened. But I'm still staring at it. I'm like, what the hell? And then I was coming up on a car that I was about to pass, so I kind of start looking just to pay attention to the road a little bit more. I look away for like 2, maybe 3 seconds. And I look back up, and I mean, this thing was in the middle of my windshield. It was, I knew where it was, and it's gone. So I started looking for it. I'm looking everywhere. There's no clouds. This thing is just gone. No way. It didn't disappear behind anything. It was going so slow. No way. It just disappeared. So then I was like, holy cow. And I just started laughing. So I guess the sign was that it just disappeared. That was how it was telling me it was actually a UFO. But the thing that was really cool was what I was thinking, like at the exact moment when I saw it was, debating in my head whether to, tell Carolyn I wanted to go ahead and order a skull. So it's a pretty clear sign. And the CE5s, to start doing CE5s more and to order a skull. So I did. I actually ordered 2.
Which ones did you get?
I got, well, it was actually really funny. Carolyn's great because she spent a fair bit of time texting or messaging me, trying to help me pick one out. So I picked out Haven, and then she had another one that wasn't posted that she said Einstein was pretty adamant that needs to be mine, and that one's called Gloria. So she has already shipped Haven to me, and I gave her a deposit on Gloria. So once I'm done with my surgery and I know money's okay, then I'll send her the rest of the money and get that one on the way too.
Wow, so cool. Are they baby Einsteins, both of them?
Yeah.
Oofa.
And the really cool thing, I mean, I guess, again, I'm not a skull person. I think that, I'd see them and be like, yeah, these are cool, whatever. But when I looked at Haven, I had my phone and I saw a picture and I zoomed into it, and I could just feel all kinds of energy in my chest.
What color?
And I mean,
what color? What kind of stone?
Haven is clear quartz with a with a little tiny bit of a rainbow of color, just a little hint of color in it. And then
and it's a
Gloria
baby Einstein. It's a quartz baby Einstein.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then the other one, Gloria, the one that Einstein said I needed to have, is more smoky quartz.
Smoky quartz. Very cool. Yeah. See, I don't have a baby Einstein, right? I've just got normal skulls. But we're going to see Carolyn next weekend, and she's going to have some baby Einsteins with her. And I'm just going to have to take a peek and see. I cannot wait to take some pictures and to meet Einstein in person. I'm so excited about this, man. It's like going out and hanging out with like Rob Halford, right? It's very, very cool. I cannot wait for it. So congratulations on that. I want to get back to the sighting, if I can, Jason, really quick. How long did it last? And you didn't say how it ended.
Well, I mean, it lasted, like when I first saw it. Just a second. I'm just going to take you off speaker here for a sec, Jimmy. There, that's better. I'm kind of getting some echo. So when I first saw it, I was watching it. And I mean, I was watching it for probably 15 to 30 seconds. Just kind of, I just kept my eyes on it. And I mean, the best way I can describe it, if I'll just try and the way I can get people to visualize it, if you kind of think of, if you take two classic shaped flying saucers, right? So flat, but with a dome in the center. And if you were to squish them together until they kind of started to overlap, until the domes kind of just started to touch, so it was like has two domes,
right?
And then makes the outer perimeter kind of a rectangle shape with rounded corners. Does that make sense? It almost looked like a floating sports stadium or something.
Wow.
And then what was cool afterwards, and I'm trying to, because I mean, I never really pay attention to planes, like really critically look at them and try and gauge what you can see from how far. And then a little while later, because I was driving north, so I passed right by the airport, and I saw a plane, and it, like if I was to hold out my hand and spread my fingers, it was about the same size as what I was seeing in the sky. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
And so that airplane, crystal clear. I could almost read the symbols on the side. So whatever I was saying was the same size, but it was definitely farther away, which tells me it's a heck of a lot bigger, and also tells me if it was a plane, I would have absolutely 100% known. So I mean, I know this what I saw was not a plane.
Man, but that's the beauty of it, Jason, and thank you for the phone call. That's the beauty of it, because we all know the difference. Right? We do, especially guys. I mean, women too, to a degree, but that's what we do, is we look at helicopters and planes and we know what's up in the sky. It's our hobby, and you can tell the difference. And wow, that's a great sighting, and very excited. When you get the skulls, take pictures and send them to me. I want to check them out.
I sure will.
Thank you so much, Jason. Enjoy the rest of your night and weekend.
Thanks, you too, brother.
Right on. Great phone call. Love Jason. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Mr. Church. How's it going?
It's going good. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Jason from Baltimore. How's it going?
Two Jasons back to back? What are the odds of that?
Apparently pretty good.
How are you, man?
So, first of all, I just had a quick question for you. The IO coming out on Netflix. Have you seen The Invasion?
Yes.
What did you think?
I thought The Invasion was good.
Yeah,
I thought it was real good.
I hadn't heard you mention it.
The Invasion, that was the one that it was in Australia, right?
It was Michael Pena from Ant-Man fame.
Right.
I don't want to give too much away.
That's right. The Invasion was awesome, where they were in the city and they went down into the subway. And man, that was a good movie. I dug that.
Yeah. I was really surprised because, looking on Netflix, and I thought it was going to be your typical alien invasion story, and I don't want to give too much away, but if nobody's seen it, I highly recommend people go and take a look. It's probably underrated.
Way underrated, and the ending, I did not see that coming. I did not.
Yeah.
I did not. In fact, and I'm not giving anything away by saying this, about halfway through the movie, the ending, the idea for it kind of popped in my head for a second, and I thought, no way, they're not going to go there. That's it's too out there. And then, just cruising through, I enjoyed it all. And when it got to the ending, I was like, oh, man. Oh, yeah. Okay. That was cool. That was cool. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. How crazy. But, that kind of leaves me, so I kind of had two things that I want to sort of bring up. Either we could talk about AI or
whatever's faster. Whatever's faster, Jason. I've got about 3 minutes before the break.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So look, I don't know if anybody's been experiencing a lot of I don't want to say synchronicity, like oddities lately. Like I've had in my life since I've been researching a lot of. I don't want to Mandela effect type stuff. Like it's been a huge part of my life. I haven't called in a while, but like Mandela effect's been a huge part of my life. But there have been instances, like severe slips of material objects in my life. Like I don't know if anybody's experienced like sort of things disappearing and reappearing around the house, around the work site. There have been, I can't tell you, on a daily basis, things disappear and reappear in a couple of days. It just, the amount of, how can I put it? Like things that shouldn't happen, in physical reality happening. There seems to be like a quickening of events, if I can say that, these reminders that reality may not be what we think it is. And I'm not exactly sure what it means anymore, to be quite honest with you. It's really confusing to me where you place something down, like my wife. Okay, I know I'm rambling a little bit, and I apologize. My wife, she pulled a paint can off the top shelf. It dropped on the floor, rolled under a desk, and completely has disappeared from existence. This is just a small example, but there's things at work. I know. It sounds weird, but it has not come back.
It does not sound weird.
I'm completely waiting for it to reappear on a desk in another week. And that's things at work, too, where I'll lose a hammer. The other day, I'm a carpenter. I lost a hammer. I couldn't find it. About 25 minutes later, it's hanging off the edge of a roof with no explanation. And these things keep happening, and they're happening with rapidity, and they're becoming faster and faster and more prevalent. And I'm just curious as if anybody is having these instances more and more in their lives, because it seems like the further along I go in my life, the more they happen.
Yeah, I know. It sounds to me like you need to sit down by yourself in a quiet room and have a conversation with the fairy folk. And I'm not kidding about that. I'm not, man. I am not kidding about that. And if you do, because I did it and it happened to me, things may fix themselves. Now, look. I'm a grown man. I'm 55 years old, and yes, I just said fairies. But I'm saying, Jason, I know it sounds crazy, but call me back this weekend. Have your conversation with the fairies. That's what you should do. Do it. Don't tell your friends. Be by yourself, and then call me back. All right? Is that a deal?
So you think it's more fairies than more dimensional, where things are where they're not supposed to be, but then they show back up where they are later on?
It'll be our secret, Jason. It'll be our secret.
Yeah.
Okay?
Tell you what, I will contact the fairies and see what they say.
I'll talk to you, man. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Jimmy. You have a great weekend.
Thank you so much, Jason. It is Thursday night. It is Fadernight. When I come back after this break, I got another live event that's going to go down. I do. I really do. It's Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll be right back after this short break. Stay with me.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Hurricanes, earthquakes, wildfires. This year we've experienced more than our fair share. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and last month I decided to make sure my family does not have to worry about food should we get caught in a real emergency situation. Introducing Numana, a healthy, storable product that tastes so good that you'll want to eat it every day instead of just during those times of duress. All Numana products have a 25-year shelf life, are MSG and GMO-free, no preservatives, and are made in America. With the Numana pack in your home, you'll be able to sleep at night knowing that you've protected your family. Not only have I tasted and tested, I own it. Now you can too. Just click on the Numana banner on JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code Jimmy when you order. In addition to a discount, we'll send you an autographed Fade to Black t-shirt. Seriously. Go Beckley Tappy. Do you want to be an official Fadernaut? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7, with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
If you have hard water, the lime scale not only leaves white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances, costing you hundreds of dollars in energy and wear. Eliminate lime scale and other water issues like brown staining and bad odors with HydroCare water products, available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable water systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight. What a night it has been on the show. Soul Tech, July 4th weekend, that big announcement, right? Teresa Yanaros coming in strong with 2019. Got a marriage proposal live on the air that apparently was quite successful. And now we've got Stacy. Stacy. How are you going to top this evening on the show, Stacy?
Well, there's nothing like having to try to compete with that. Like, just leading up to this, I'm like, I got nothing.
You got nothing. I got nothing. I know. How are you? How are you? How was your New Year's?
Oh, it was so great. It was so great. I had a house full of Fadernauts.
I saw the pictures. Incredible. You guys had a good time.
I know. It was such a good time. And that just really kind of goes to kind of what I wanted to call and talk about tonight, because we have a Fadernaut family member in the Sandbox, but not everyone knows that they are not part of the Sandbox part of Fade to Black. They don't know this person, but his name is Pat, or L, and he has been earnestly asking for a cookbook for a really long time. And he's been asking so earnestly that each new announcement, I started to hope it was that cookbook too, because he's just been so persistent. And so one afternoon, I was really thinking about how grateful I am for all the relationships I've made through Fade to Black. I mean, I really true, when I say Fader family, I mean it, because I have these deep, amazing relationships I've made just because of people I've met because of the show. And so I thought about how food is this amazing, nurturing, relationship-building thing. And I realized in this whole kind of contemplative, thankful moment that Pat was brilliant for thinking of the cookbook, because it's such a simple, wonderful way to build community with people that you love, and even people that you may never be able to actually break bread together with.
Right.
But just sharing your recipes that you love, how great that is. And then in that same moment, I realized, well, I can be the one to collect the recipes. And so this is to announce on the air. I've mentioned it in the Sandbox, but we have a lot of Fadernauts who miss out on that. And I want everyone to know that we are putting together a Fade to Black family cookbook, and I am looking for submissions. And so you can send those submissions of your favorite recipes, and think of what, if you were going to sit down with Fadernauts or with Jimmy, what would you want to bring to the table? How would you show that you are a part of this family? How would you bring your love and your culture and your heritage? How would you bring it to the family? So when you send your submission to f2bcookbook@gmail.com, I want you to include with your recipe, I need your name. And that doesn't have to be your legal name. That can be your Sandbox name. That can be your on-seller name. However we know you, whatever you go by in the Fadernaut community, you can use that. With that, a picture or something that represents you. Again, you can stay anonymous if you're more comfortable with that. Send in something that we'll know. I don't know, Teresa could send in a mermaid. And then I'm asking everybody to include just a really short bio or a few sentences about why they consider themselves part of the Fade to Black family. And I can't wait to see what people are going to send.
Okay, so it was f2bcookbook@gmail.com. Right? Yep. Okay, f2bcookbook@gmail.com. And thank you. Okay, I've got a couple of comments, but the first thing is, Stacy, thank you for putting this together. Yes, the request has been out there forever, and thank you for taking the initiative to push this through. I will certainly contribute, and so will Rita. We've got tons of recipes. Now, my second thing that I want to say to everybody, when everybody, it doesn't matter who you are, everybody's got a dish that they cook, and they cook well because they've been cooking it over and over again and perfecting it. Right? That's the submission. You know, if somebody's sitting around, well, what would I do? You know what? What's that one dish? You know, that one thing. You're going to have people over at the house. You're going to cook the fail-safe, right? You're going to cook the thing that you have dialed in over the years. That's what you want to share, that magic, right? Exactly. And then my third comment is this. One of the things, Rita and I have a circle of friends that we have over, and we have dinner parties. And how did we assemble that magical circle of friends? I bought them all. I bought them all with great food. That's how you want to get to somebody's soul. You want to, you know what I mean? You want to bond with something. You do it with food. You do it through the stomach.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely. Go ahead.
And I feel like we can do that even if we're not really at the table with each other. We can so do that. And that's what got me so excited about this. I'm not like a food person, but I love helping build relationships. So that's what got me into this project.
It's going to be awesome. Okay, before I let you go, what's you've probably got a few things that you're going to contribute to this, but what's your go-to dish? What's your fail-safe number one go-to dish?
Tacos.
Tacos. Now,
Only I'm not sure which tacos I'm not sure which tacos, but if I was having Fadernauts over,
right,
and I almost always cook them tacos. So
that's fail
I haven't
safe.
thought about my submission. Yeah,
that's fail safe. That is fail safe.
Absolutely.
For me, my fail-safe, okay, first off, barbecuing meats, and I've got a lot of different recipes there. I'm not going to give away any secrets on the air, but it definitely involves Fade to Black blend coffee. But, yes, I said that with barbecue on the meat. But my fail-safe is my red sauce. And my fail-safe is my red sauce, and it's in a weird way because I've done it so many times. It's less and less complicated, but it's not a good red sauce is something you don't assemble in a few minutes. A good red sauce goes through stages and it's layered, and there's a lot of prep that goes behind it. But the reward, 6 hours later is just incredible. So I'm going to go.
So when you say red sauce, is that like an over pasta red sauce,
yes,
or a red sauce like you would put on? Okay.
Yeah, Italian. Okay. Absolutely. And I can stand by my red sauce. What? Rita, who is a foodie, I think Rita would even back up and go, you know what? I got to bow to the church's sauce. I think she would. I think she would. Well,
so are you going to submit that one?
Of course I will.
Epic.
Of course I will. I will absolutely do that. And I've got to throw in some barbecue.
And I should say really quick, I don't know if this is going to end up just being a compilation of a PDF file that everyone can download and print themselves, or if we'll do like a print on demand sort of thing. We have to see when we get there. But when we get there, when we get all these recipes, it'll be available somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it'll be a book. Yeah. Now, PDF is okay. Okay. But no. We are going to do a book.
So I see a picture of you on the cover, kind of leaning above like a beautiful plated, a dish of food, kind of leaning on the table, smiling. That's the cover of the book.
Okay, you have to talk Rita into that, but I'm down for it.
I can talk her into it.
I'll do whatever you guys want. Thank you so much, Stacy. This is exciting. Okay, so it's F2B Cookbook with the number 2. F2B Cookbook. All right, let's get it up there on Twitter, Rita, and let's do that now, and we'll stay on top of it, and then we'll do updates on the progress of our cookbook. Thank you so much, Stacy. Behave and be well.
All right, you too.
Thank you, Stacy. Good night. That's a great phone call right there. Okay, the Fade to Black cookbook is a reality. It is indeed a reality. And so I'm going to stay on the phones. I'm expecting a call any minute now from Australia. So we'll see how that's going. Let's go to area code 304. You're up next on Fade to Black.
Hi, Jimmy.
Yes. Hi. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Kevin from West Virginia.
Hey, Kevin from West Virginia. How are you?
Fine. Just calling in to say I watched Valerian. Great film.
See? Was I wrong?
No, you were right.
It's a great film. It's from start to finish.
From start to finish, yes. And I was looking at some of the cast members. Herbie Hancock, the musician, was in it too.
Yeah. He plays the. He's the. I don't know if he's the admiral or the commander, but he's top dog.
I think he was like a defense minister or something like that.
Yeah, defense minister. Yeah, absolutely. And he's really good, too, by the way.
Yes, I noticed him right off. Yeah, it was a great film. The visuals just like, wow, knocked me back. And it was like watching bits and pieces of Star Wars and
The Fifth Element. The Fifth Element. It's
Fifth Element. Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's a Luc Besson film, so you're going to have that. But the one thing that I noticed that is really cool with Valerian, the bigger the screen, the better, right? That you're watching it on.
Exactly.
Watch stuff in the background. You know, what's going on in the foreground is great, right? But look in the background. And when you, I don't want to give anything away, but there are so many different worlds that are involved in Valerian, and like when they are in the market, right? So when they're in the market, look in the background. Look at the level of detail, right? When they're changing dimensions, look in the background. You know, when they're out in the desert and all those school buses are lined up, right? The tourist buses. Look in the background. Mm-hmm. It's really incredible, the level of detail. And the ship, when they're approaching the land, the city of 1,000 planets, when they approach that, look in the background. Look in the level of detail. It's just incredible. What a great movie.
Yes, it was. The clouds, too.
Yes.
All different colors.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yes, absolutely. I couldn't agree. Couldn't agree with you more. Well, there you go, Kevin. Anything else on your mind?
No, just wanted to call in and say that I'm going to post pictures of my Blu-ray /DVD/digital and Twitter.
There you go. Do it right now, Kevin. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Kevin. Kevin from West Virginia. There you go. All right. Let's go to area code 614. You are up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
G'day from all the road, Jimmy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is that Lizzie?
That was awesome, Jimmy. Thank you.
If that was, congratulations. And I'm so happy that, Dexter, that she said yes, because she said no. Oh, man. Oh, but yeah, congratulations, you two. And how many people were there to witness it?
There was only one, because everyone's sort of all over the place at the moment, and we haven't actually got to meet everyone. And we're just about to go and meet up with Tracy Ash now, and so we got our friend Kay, who is sort of I've been close with for a couple of years now. She's organises Sea City Australia.
Well, Dave,
and she knows Tracy.
Hey, Dave, let me talk to Lizzie real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm here.
Hi, Lizzie. How are you?
Well, thank you. Very well.
Now,
how are you?
Well, I'm okay, but I want to know how you're doing. So, Lizzie, you had no idea. Yep. You had no idea.
No.
At all.
I felt like.
And so, when I said your name, what was going through your mind? You didn't have any idea what was going on. So, what was going through your mind when I said your name?
I had no. I just thought, "What the hell is this?" And then I clicked because we'd been talking about it, but I didn't know that he would do it on the show.
So so when I said take a look at Dexter, he's down on one knee. Was he down on one knee?
Yeah. Yeah.
The second you said I'm going to Australia, she knew. She tried to pull. I had Kay video it, and I was trying to follow your lead. So when you said he's down on one knee in front of you, I got down on one knee and I pretended it was the ring. But she was flipping out.
Oh, man.
So nervous.
Did anybody tell me, did somebody take a picture?
Yes.
We've got it on video.
Oh, you've got to do it. I've got to see this video. I've got to see this video. This is just incredible. And do you know how many people right now are just going, "Oh, that's so sweet"? But Dexter, yeah, that is, this is. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to tell another story as soon as I let you guys go. But enjoy your time together, and congratulations from all of the Fadernauts, this wonderful family of ours that you guys let us do this together with you, and that just made it all so special. And seriously, I cannot wait to see the video. Get it to me as soon as you can, and everybody wants to see the moment that went down.
Before we go, I just want to say thank you to all the Fadernauts, our family. I met Lizzi last year, and I found all you guys last year. I started listening to Jimmy Church radio last year, and it's all just, last year was huge. I'm so nervous, but everyone's twittering me. I just want to say I'll get back to you all later. We're just going to go and chill out in the pool and go and meet some people. I'm going to do some live videos, some little 5-minute videos with some of the people over the next couple of days. And I'll be wearing my shirt, like I said. But I'll put the video up as soon as we sort of come down off this high.
Man, you guys make. Oh, yeah, thank you for that. And she's listening right now, Lizzie, so thank you for that. And you guys just go now, celebrate, a couple of chilled shots of vodka and toast to us over here in the Fadernauts, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Congratulations. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
As always, Jimmy, go Beckley Teppy.
Go Beckley Teppy. Right on, Lizzie. Go Beckley Teppy, you two. Now go have some fun.
Roger.
Good night, guys.
Night.
Good night. That is about as special of a phone call as you can have right there. And I wanted to say really quick, and if you're on hold, stay right there. I'll get to you. That was a very special moment, and I had said, it's got to be the first time on the radio that something like this is going to happen, like this, and I think you guys understand what I was saying. Now, that being said, a couple of years ago, something like that went down too as well, and it was at a conference. And I don't know what the deal is with that, but it's when something like that goes down, it's such a special moment, and for that to happen live on the air, I can't wait to see the video. All right, congratulations, Dexter Dave Cusack and Lizzie, and now I almost said Lizzie Cusack. Can I do that? Can you do that after she says yes? Can you say it? Is that right? I think so. Let's go to area code 832. You're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. How are you? My name is Diego from Houston.
Hi, Diego from Houston. How are you?
Dude, I'm doing great. We just got home from a family little gathering, but I wanted to call you. I'm a new subscriber, and I saw your video on the hangar doors at Mount Adams.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to. Have you heard anything about that recently?
Well,
what happened after all?
Well, we went up there again earlier this year or last year, August of 2018, and this is what's weird with that. I looked at it. I was going to say 3 or 4 days in a row, probably 7 days in a row. And I swear, and I'm not kidding, Diego, that thing is opening and closing. There are some moments.
It looked crazy.
Yeah, there.
You can clearly see an opening.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That part of it is. And then, you're looking at it through binoculars, and it's like, wow, you can see the outline of it. And then you look at it a half hour later, and it's like open. And then I would look at it again, and it appeared to be closed. And it's not not like the sun has moved and there's shadows or there's something else that's causing it. I still don't have an explanation for it. I really don't. I don't. It's an amazing video. I haven't gone back and looked at that video since I shot it.
I was watching. I don't know his name, but your friend said that he knew people that had a drone company, and that he was going to get in contact with them to maybe they can fly a drone. Did that ever happen?
No, not to the best of my knowledge, it did not. We had a bunch of people volunteer, and I said, look, man, go, shoot it, get up there. I want to know. See, this is the thing, Diego, and thank you for reminding me about this in the phone call. But
it was amazing. It was an amazing video.
It's 14 miles away, and so many people were going, hey, man, why don't you just go up there and hike? Why, look.
yeah, right.
It's 14 miles away. It's 12,000 feet of elevation. It's behind the mountain is an Indian reservation. So you are not just walking up there willy-nilly and doing a day hike. It's not that kind of party, and it's 14 miles away. And on top of that, I'm in the middle of a conference. I'm speaking. I have people there. I just can't go, you know what? I'm going to be gone for 3 days. That's not what it was about. The thing appeared. A friend of mine, John, his name's Frankie Four Fingers. He comes walking up to me, and he goes, hey, man, I think I see something up on the mountain. I think there's a door. And I went back with him, and I jumped on the binoculars, and I looked, and sure enough, so I didn't make the discovery. Frankie did. But it was a moment where I had to go back and look at all of my images that I took from the previous days, and it wasn't there. And I was like, wait a minute, that, and we looked at it with high res, everything that we could for the next few days. Jason quit, and we had all these telephoto lenses, and that's all I can say.
Like, there's no denying that it was there. It was there.
It was, and below it, you could see all the debris that had fallen out of it. And so it clearly is an opening. That's all I can say. What it is and how it got there or anything else, I just don't know. I was so happy to go up there and see it last year, or I say last year, August of 2018. But, yeah, Diego, thank you, man. First-time caller.
Yeah, first-time caller. Like I said, I'm a new subscriber. I'll be watching you. So, Jimmy, it was really nice talking to you. Now, you have a good night.
Yeah, you too, Diego. Be safe and be well, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yes, sir. You as well.
Thank you so much. And love first-time callers. I love that when that happens. And with that, I've got to take a quick break because it is Thursday night's Fadernight, top of the hour. What an action-packed show tonight. I almost can't handle it. Man, we got to slow down. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. More of your phone calls are next. Stay with me.
Hi, everybody. This is Rob Halford, the Metal God, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station. Salt Lake City, Utah. Van Buren, Arkansas.
Poor water quality is a major health issue, and it's only getting worse. Municipalities can't keep up, standards have dropped, and pollutants are increasing. Where does it all end? It ends by keeping the pollutants outside of your home with HydroCare's advanced systems available at Wave Home Solutions. No less than the best purification materials and processes have been developed by HydroCare to provide you with healthy, clean water for drinking, cooking, and showering. HydroCare far surpasses the competition in removing chlorine, odors, iron, lead, chemicals, limescale, and much more. Don't settle for less when it comes to your water. We'll take care of the toughest water problems for you, whether it's from a city or well source. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 888-997-WAVE. That's 888-997-WAVE. Or go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Your contact for current news and trending topics. KGRARadio.com.
Does your basement or crawl space have a damp, musty smell? Well, watch out. That's a sign of too much moisture and not enough ventilation. And that can mean increased mold growth and the buildup of harmful toxins and gases. Don't bother with a dehumidifier. It just circulates the same unhealthy air. Now there's a better way to remove these dangers and odors. It's with the computerized Wave Moisture Control Unit that reduces moisture and expels pollutants.
We replaced our old dehumidifier with the Wave unit, and in only 3 weeks, our basement is dry and the musty smell is gone.
Wave units require no maintenance, no buckets of water or filters, and costs only pennies a day to run. Breathe better, live healthier with an affordable, no-maintenance Wave unit. Call 888-717-WAVE, 888-717-WAVE, or visit dryhealthyhome.com. Dryhealthyhome.com.
Ride the wave. Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from Rivermoon. Just click on the Rivermoon coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B blend.
So are you tired of being tired? Well, then it's time to get the tea. Hey, it's Lisa here to tell you about this all-natural, all-organic tea I've been drinking that has had great results for over 20 years. It's called Life Change Tea, and it's specially formulated to help detoxify and cleanse your kidneys, liver, colon, and blood all at once. The colon is one of the most ignored organs in the human body. The faster that waste is eliminated from the body, the less time that waste sits in our intestines, spreading toxins to our bloodstream. This tea helps cleanse chemicals caused by outside intruders from our entire digestive system. And get this, weight loss can be a side effect. And with continued use of the tea, you can experience clearer, healthier, younger looking skin, increased energy, and a happier outlook on life. So if you're tired of being tired, get the Life Change Tea at getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. And like me, you'll be glad you did.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi available, you can still listen to every minute of Fade to Black by just calling 605-562-4482. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan and no extra cost if you have unlimited minutes. Just call 605-562-4482. You can listen to me, Jimmy Church, on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Go Beckley Tappy.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why Fade to Black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
All right, welcome back, Fade to Black. Paying too much attention to Twitter. Arnold just posted his Fade to Black NASCAR winning at Charlotte. Wait a minute. He finished fourth in Charlotte. I love that Fade to Black, the number 8. That's cool, man. All right, let's go to South Dakota. You're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. Happy New Year to you, Rita, and the network and the community.
And who's this?
This is Miss Silk, Teresa.
I see. you need to say that. You say it with such conviction. See, but Happy New Year to you. How was your New Year?
My New Year has been phenomenal. It's real good. We're starting out to a good year. I had done some researching for you. You had done I was listening to some podcasts a while back ago, and you were asking. You wanted to know. I was listening to your sighting that you talked about your beer can, and you said you just wanted to know like what they wanted to know, why they were coming here, what was I believe that was some of the questions you asked, and so I had gone out and meditated on it, and I didn't get any answers right away. I mean, it took about maybe 2 weeks of going out and just asking, and you know, they don't just communicate with me like right away. It takes a while. And so, but the message that finally got delivered to me was that there's no like a time frame, but what I'm resonating with is that this coming year, the frequency that's moving through that I'm picking up is so strong, and that they are going to reveal themselves. And I've already met, and I'm going to get to that real quick about David Wilcock last night when he was talking about paradise. So the message that they brought was that the frequency that's coming through is very powerful, that they are going to show themselves. There's going to be full disclosure. This is the year. I'm betting my life on this. I'm saying this with because I know when I break the code and I answer, or they answer my question, and it takes me a while to hit on it. And once I hit it, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go public with it. I've got enough validation with it that this year is going to be the year that everything is going to come out. They cannot, nobody, the government, and nobody can stop it. There's just too much happening. There's too many people awake. A few callers that I was listening to said that he was trying to make telepathic connections. We're all going to be able to do that. And when they were talking about that solar flash last night, David Wilcock was talking about that. I was like, there you go. There's more people. Corey was talking about it. I'm like, yes, like more people are coming forward, and it's starting to be. I even have my parents that are almost 75, 80 years old. We just watched a Roswell episode on TV. They're even interested in wanting to learn. So more people, even in my little community, are waking up. And so the answer to your question is yes, they are here. They are, I guess some people are calling them angelic beings, whatever you want to call them. They're here, and they're about putting us on that positive timeline that we're supposed to be on. And everybody is going, it's going to be like normal talk for people now. It's not going to be like a hush hush, or we're all crazy, or we're the ones that are all tripping on drugs or whatever. And I'm not on anything, but anyway, you know, that's kind of the mentality that people think is like, what LSD are you tripping on? Like, no, this is real stuff happening. But they definitely are for you. I mean, when they made that J in that sky for me that night, getting my attention, and I asked them the question, and they kind of went goofy up there when I said Jimmy Church. Okay, it's Jimmy Church, and they're making that spiral symbol up there with the lightning bolt. I'm like, okay, they're going to use Jimmy Church. He's going, and maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm going to say it, that you're going to become like well-known because you're one of the very few that's really out there broadcasting it. And they put me in contact with you, and I believe that. I don't question it. I don't not egotistic about it or anything like that. I'm just very telling you the information that I receive from them. And so they're going to go through you. They're going to put a lot of people on your show. They're going to be a lot of information. You're going to disclose a lot of information through your show. So be prepared to ride the wave. You're going to go big. Everything that you're doing is in a positive way. And so with that being said, I want to get back to David Wilcock. He was talking about Malibu last night, and I was listening, and I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, yes, they're here. I met them. I mean, they came through in July before I went back and time traveled. They came in on that ship that my nephew and I saw, and this was in Rapid City. This was a different sighting. This was in July, and they took us to this neighborhood, and I always thought, you know, it never dawned on me that I need to just keep their location disclosed now. Now I know that I won't tell where they live or their community that they're in, because I don't want any kind of negative anything to go to them. So they are real. When I saw those orbs in that backyard of that house, and there was this party going on, there was kids playing, talking, there was people, there was music. It was like at a stadium or so. It was just weird. And then when I went to the front door to go see what was going on, there was nobody in the house. The lights were on. And a lady stopped me before I got up to the steps. She stopped me when I was halfway up the sidewalk, and she came out and stopped me. And of course, I asked her, "Hey, what's going on? Where's everybody at?" And she said they all left. When I peeked through the fence, and my nephew and he was waiting for me. When I looked through there it looked like a disco strobe lights that were flying around in that backyard. I didn't dawn on me that what was happening didn't take place until later on, but when she came out and she said they all left, okay, there was no cars out there. Nobody gotten any cars and left. I was like, and I'm a very like straightforward person, and I'm like, where did they go? Like where? And she's like, they left. And I go, okay, where are you from? And she's like, I'm from here. And I go, where? And she's like, here. And I said, okay. And she goes, well, where are you from? And I said, I'm from here. And she goes, here. And I go, well, I'm from Spearfish. And she goes, well, don't they have these lights in Spearfish? And I said, yeah, but you can't really see them. I didn't even know what she was really talking. I thought she was talking about up in the sky. And I said, well, we have the hills that surround us, so I don't get to see them that much. And she goes, oh. She's like, well, if you want to come watch the lights with me, she said, I live right over there. And she pointed to her house. She said, you can come sit on the patio with me and watch them. And then she hugs me, and she tells me, it's so nice to finally meet you. And I pull away from her, and I'm like, okay, nice to meet you too. And I start walking back towards my car and my nephew, and he's like, whoa, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. I said, but I think she's a freaking alien. I said, something's not right, man. I was like, something's not right. Did you see anybody leave? And he was like, no. So we walk up to the fence where that backyard was, and it's black. And I'm like, okay. It didn't dawn on me what was taking place. What I'm telling you now is that they are here. They, I guess, are lights and can shift into humans. I think they can shift into anything, actually. And when he was talking about them last night, I was like, oh, they're in paradise? I was like, I didn't. Usually when people say stuff, I can either resonate on that vibe or I'll be disconnected from it. It won't make sense to me at first. I'll be like, okay, I ain't feeling it. But when he was talking and I heard it in his voice, I picked up on it. I was like, he's telling the truth. Like they're there. That's, I don't know how many he's living in Malibu, but there's got to be some there. They're here in the Black Hills too. And so he's David Wilcock is just right on point, man. I mean, he's just I don't know, he's just our soldier, and he's just really going to go out there. And you know, your network is definitely going to bring a lot of people out of the closet and the disclosure. I mean, Laura Eisenhower was on. I was like, damn, Jimmy is off to a start. I was like, holy crap. You know, I got like 4 or 5 people that are listening to you, that are following you and subscribing to you, and they're like, Teresa, where'd you meet him? I said, I don't know how I met him. I said, I just was listening to Laura, and then she talked about Corey, and then Corey introduced David, and then I watched a thing where David, Emery, and Jimmy, and Corey, they were all doing something, and then I said, I don't even know how I got on Jimmy Church. I just started watching it, and then I watched him like 3 or 4 times. I was like, I got to call in here, and I called. I said, and then before I was waiting, it was like his call screen wiped out, and I got to be the first caller through. I didn't even realize I was actually on the radio. I thought I was just having a conversation with him. I go, and it's just been one. I go, they are the ones doing it, and I say they. I always talk about them, the Star Nation. You know what? I don't. That's just the respect I call them. So anyway, I said they put me in contact with him. They're making things happen. I'm going to go to this conference in at the LAX next month. I asked for time off for work. Last night I came home directly and for Laura too, I came right straight home. I was like, okay, I get off, I get home, it's 8 o'clock. I'm like, all right, I got to listen to Laura, got to listen to David, got to listen to what's going on, listen to the Skull Lady. And I was just like, wow, all these people I was like so happy. I'm like, I get to communicate with them so much that it's kind of not anything different out of the norm for me, so I don't get as excited anymore. But I wanted to deliver the message to you that this is the year, and your radio station is going to go watch. I'm telling you the truth. It's going to go, you're going to just be the A guy, the go-to guy. So I'm very honored to be able to call in right now and be an early person that gets to get through, because you're going to be jam-packed. Last night I was watching your followers on Twitter. 1,400 people were watching while he was on, while David Wilcock was on. I was like, wow, people are so awake. I can't believe it, and I just want to say thank you. I have so much gratitude for your network, and I hope that I will be able to shake hands with you when I get out there and come to the Chariots of Gods. That was my very, very first, very confirmation watching Chariots of the Gods, and realizing when I started watching that, I was like, that's what I'm resonating with. And that was almost 8 years ago, and I never picked up on it again. I let it kind of stay quiet until I had my first experience, my first contact with them. And I want to share, like, I was meditating to Star Nation for almost 20 years in my culture, meditating and praying to them, seeing orbs in the ceremonies and the sweat lodges, and knowing that they were kind of always there, but never having my actual first physical contact till a little over 4 years ago. And now I have so much of it that it's like so normal to me, but I try to stay humble and stay grounded that, okay, there's a reason why they contact me. I don't go out and try to make money off of anything. I just truly speak what's coming to me, and I just leave it alone, and I just go about my life. And then when they make another deliver message to me, and I'm like, okay, it takes me a while, and I'm like, okay, I'll go. And now they put me in contact with you, so now I can share the messages. If people want to know, I listen to your callers, I listen to your people you're interviewing, and I'm like, okay, I'll go out and I'll ask and get the messages, not saying that my way is the right way or I'm the leader of anything. I'm not. I'm just simply just a powerful antenna that's grounded, and whatever comes through I can get, or they come through dreams and I get it, and then I just release it and I let it go, and then I get on with my life. So I'm grateful to be able to call into you. Just know this is our year. This is your year. You're going to be, one day I'm going to be like, I met Jimmy Church, and you're going to be your own little celebrity. So maybe that's not what you're looking for, but that's just where you're going. And thank you so much for always allowing me to call. I appreciate everything. And I will start trying some of the teas, all the things that you talked about last night, and get in there and start becoming now I feel like, okay, I'm ready to join his network on Stellar. I mean, before I was just really still kind of fishing around and seeing what was going on your network. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to say that I'm truly a fan and I'm a part of it, and I'm going to be a Fadernaut, and I'm going to come to Faderville.
Thank you so much, Teresa, and we'll see you next month right here in Los Angeles, and safe travels. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night. And, to all your Fader fans, I just want to say thank you to everybody that supports me and gives me thumbs up gives me my little hearts on my tweets. I appreciate everything, and I support each and every one of you that speak the truth, and your experiences are yours. And just remember, nobody can keep you quiet. So you got Jimmy Church to use as a platform. And Jimmy, you have given me a true gift of allowing me to be a part of a community that I thought I was all alone out here in South Dakota, and I'm not. So I will come to you guys and come meet you. And with that being said, you guys all have a great night, and I will continue listening. And thank you for allowing me to get through.
Thank you so much, Teresa. And like I said, safe travels. And you'll be able to come down here to LAX and walk around with the seas of Fade to Black T-shirts. It's going to be amazing. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. You have a great night. You
too. Teresa up there in South Dakota. Spearfish, South Dakota. And I can't wait. She's going to have the best time like in Eva when she comes down here to Los Angeles. With that, let me look at the clock. Okay, I got enough time to get a couple more calls in. Hey, Deb, how are you?
Hi, Jimmy. Good. How are you?
I am doing fantastic, and I hope you had a good New Year's. What's up?
Absolutely. Hey, I just want to say, Teresa, it was great to have you back, and your voice sounds fantastic. It's nice to hear Teresa back, Yanaros. It's been good so far. A couple of my family members have really been getting red-pilled, and so it's exciting to have conversations with them, but the other night, one of them texted me at 1:30 in the morning, a work night. I'm like, who is texting me? And it was my cousin Blaine. And he said, hey, that show, Fade to Black, you keep telling me about? And he put that he went back and he listened to a couple podcasts of Ed Nightingale.
Right.
He follows him.
Good.
He said, man, they were great. They were great broadcasts. And at the end of one of his shows, he opened up the lines. He goes, and to my surprise, I hear your voice. And he says, and you were his first caller. And he goes, so I caught your cameo on Fade to Black. And so I was like, oh, okay. I go, well, that's so I told him about Fadernight. So I said, oh, yeah, you should tune in every Thursday. I mean, every night, but Thursdays in particular. He opens the lines. It's all about anything we want to talk about. So if he happens to be listening tonight, hey, Blaine, shout out to you. I hope, I have a feeling he's going to be listening on a regular basis, because he's like, yeah, those shows were really good. And I said, it's always like that. He has the best people on, the best guests, and, he makes it, really, really fun for everybody. So it's kind of fun to finally see some of my family members getting involved and listening in, because a year ago I couldn't even bring up anything, in ufology at a family gathering or anything. They all just kind of rolled their eyes and thought I was a nutbag. So it's kind of fun to see them waking up a bit.
So maybe he's listening right now. So what's up?
He might be.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh, well, we were talking a while back, too, about you were asking the question, who would be, if other, races were to come here, who would be a good person to represent us here on Earth, kind of be our spokesperson? And we were talking about different people. You were proposing different people. And the one that kept coming to my mind was Stephen Greer, because he seems to have no fear at all. And I've never been to one of his things, his, ESETI, things where they go out and they contact people and do a CE5. I've never been to one of those. But he seems to have so much confidence in his knowledge and everything. I don't know. He's just someone that popped into my mind. I thought he might be a good representative.
Well, he's already reptilian, so, he's got that going for him.
Now, I keep hearing people say that. Is that a joke or is that for real?
Oh, I'm just teasing. Come on. I'm just teasing.
Well, then some people really believe that he's a rep. I mean, you should see some of the chatter that goes on. I'm like, what? What are they talking about? He's not a reptilian. But if he is, he's maybe one of the good reptilians. I don't know.
Could be. But he would be, I think, okay, he would be as good as anybody. All right, so I'll just say that he would be as good. I think. But see, if he's got a downside to his approach, is that all the ETs are benevolent. Even though I got him to bend on that the last time he was on the show. But, so I just think you need to keep your guard up. I think that's the main thing for me. We just don't know. Nobody knows, right? Nobody knows. Right. Nobody knows anything. Nobody knows. So we'll see. But, okay, all right. So we should run a poll. I think we should do that. We should run one on Twitter. And maybe have, okay, look, I'll throw it out there now to the Twitterverse. Who do you think should represent us with ET? All right? And let's get a collection of names together, and then maybe like the top 3 or 4 or 5, and we'll put it out there in a poll, and then we'll see what's up. And then we'll have the winner on the show. I'm down for that. That sounds like it would be an interesting show. All right.
That sounds like fun.
All right. Let's do it. All right. I'm putting it out there on Twitter now. Let's get it going. And you can also email me who you would want in the ringer, too, as well. Jimmy at jimmychurchradio.com. Thank you so much, Deb. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you, Jimmy. You too.
Thank you. Deb from Sacramento. Now let's go to, let's see. Let's go to Salt Lake City. You're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Church. This is Boogie.
This is who?
Boogie.
Boogie from Salt Lake City. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm only about a half hour from Dugway.
Are you really? Do you hang out there? Do you hang out?
Well, my kids recently did, and I don't want to get too much into it because somebody get real big trouble because they were told to back off by the Men in Black.
I bet they, you know what? That's a no-joke facility. I would love to know, officially it's like chemical weapons, right? Yeah. So if you're gonna scare somebody away from a piece of property, then all you got to do is go, dude, chemical weapons. Okay, that's going to scare everybody away. You're not going to want to go and poke around.
Absolutely.
And that's the cover-up, right? I'm serious, too. Yeah. That's not any tinfoil hat conspiracy Alex Jones stuff. That's a real thing to say. If you want to cover up something, don't go in there. It's chemical weapons. I'm not going. That's good enough for me. So there you go.
I've been out there. I've been out there a couple times.
You see anything?
On the facility.
You see anything?
At Douglas. No, there's just building, amazing, a lot of building going on. And then one of the people out there said they extended their runway about 5,000 feet.
Yeah, I heard the same thing.
I was going, I know what's going on now. But funny thing is, I want to go out there and sit on the rooftop. You can still do that around there, I think. But I didn't really put much I don't know, the Men in Black didn't seem like, seemed kind of, I don't know how to put it, but my kid's friend actually met them, and he said it was very, very odd. It was like a Matrix-like thing, and he said when they were talking to him, they kept kind of going in and out in kind of like a simulation. It was really, really strange.
Wow. I'd like to go out there.
Yeah, well, come on out. We'll go out there together. I was out there in my frozen man cave, crawling under my kid's 68 Cougar. Did you ever get your Shelby Mustang?
No, man. Rita won't let me buy no Shelby Mustang. I've got, as close as I've got are models. I've got lots of models of Shelby Mustangs, every variety. But maybe one day, I'll be allowed to pull the trigger. So we'll see. I just have to.
My buddy. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Your buddy.
My buddy, he's the Crown Prince of Power out here, Carl Cronin. He has a really nice speed shop, and he maintains a couple of Shelbys. I was just going to caution you, you really look at them because you're paying a lot for the name. Because I was groveling under a GT500 the other day, and it's identical to my kid's Cougar.
You got that right. There's more similarities. I do know the cars, okay, and certainly all of the Mercury versions of them, which some of them are actually very cool. And then you also have, Gran Torino GTs that are pretty awesome as well. But for me, it's the 1966 Fastback in Laguna Blue. With the white racing stripes. And as I say that, Mark Tarana just popped one up on Twitter. I also like the white.
Absolutely. That's the best, That was when Shelby was into it, but they dragged him off into the GT40 program to go race at Le Mans. And when he came back in, he was kind of tinkering around with it. He didn't want to do it anymore. And, the last Shelbys, they sat on showrooms for over a year, and they came in with and rebadged them the next year.
Well, you know what else was really cool with a Hearst, and I've got a couple of models of that. The Hearst, which came in black with gold stripes, and that was an automatic.
And they knew it was going to be abused because it was set up with SCCA to go rent them and go race them.
That's what they did, man. They'd go pick it up on a Friday and bring them back all beat up on Sunday. And
I took my girlfriend to a prom in one. I went and rented one. Talked to my dad and helping me out. It was wild, and I've loved them ever since. And my buddy in college, his mom's at DuPont, and he had a GT500, a Porsche 911, a Mercedes, a BMW motorcycle, a townhouse, the best-looking girlfriend.
You gotta love it. Yeah. All right.
Just like you, Jimmy. We love you. You're a romantic sentimentalist. I think that's why we all love you.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Seriously, Boogie. And how cool was it to have Dexter and Lizzi go through that? That was cool, wasn't it?
It was. Thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah, thank you so much, Boogie. Be safe and be well, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Oh, I will too, and I'm can't wait for you to be on Coast this weekend, I guess, right?
No, I'm not on Coast this weekend. I think, and no, I've got the NAMM show, and I've got a wedding next weekend, so I'm off with Coast for the rest of the year, or the rest of the month.
Have a blast with all your buddies. See ya.
I'll talk to you. Thank you, Boogie. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. More of your phone calls are next. It's Thursday night, Fadernight. What a great show. I'll be right back.
Hey, what up, y'all? Sugar Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
Hurricanes, earthquakes, wildfires. This year we've experienced more than our fair share. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. And last month I decided to make sure my family does not have to worry about food should we get caught in a real emergency situation. Introducing Numana, a healthy, storable product that tastes so good that you'll want to eat it every day instead of just during those times of duress. All Numana products have a 25-year shelf life, are MSG and GMO-free, no preservatives, and are made in America. With the Numana pack in your home, you'll be able to sleep at night knowing that you've protected your family. Not only have I tasted and tested, I own it. Now you can too. Just click on the Numana banner on JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code Jimmy when you order. In addition to a discount, we'll send you an autographed Fade to Black t-shirt. Seriously, go Beckley Teppy. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy.
Hi, folks. CBD is the home run hitter for health right now. Why, you ask? Because of what it does for the body. Unfortunately, I can't tell you all about the benefit. You know, there's reasons. Do your due diligence and log on to AncientLifeOil.com. That's AncientLifeOil.com. Ancient Life Oil uses organic ingredients and is blended in coconut oil for some of the best benefits. Legal in 50 states and non-psychoactive. Log on to AncientLifeOil.com. That's AncientLifeOil.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and my family is safe because of Numana Emergency Food Storage. Just go to the Numana banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Promo code Jimmy10.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way. KGRARadio.com.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight, open lines all night long. Got one segment left. If you're on hold, stay right there. Get to you in just a second. Let's see what we've got going on here. Let's see. Which way do I want to go? Let's see here. Hold on for a second. All right. Let's go to... Let's go to Texas. Texas, you're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Darren from Amarillo.
From Amarillo. How are you, Darren? Everything good?
Yes, sir.
Are you on the road?
Well, yes, sir. I'm on the side of the road right now.
You're on the side of the road. Is everything okay?
Yeah, we were just trying to get a hold of you. So
okay.
We tweeted a video just a second ago of some lights that we saw in the sky not too long ago.
Okay, wait a minute. Was that the one that said turn up your brightness?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I've got to, that was literally 1,000 tweets ago, so let me see if I can find it. What did you guys see? Oh, I got it right here.
There was just a line of lights in the sky, and it's almost like they were blinking, and they were blinking in order. It almost looked like one big giant thing, but I think it was several aircraft.
Wow.
Somebody called me from 20 miles away. They were seeing it out in the sky. We just happen to live out in the country, so we can kind of see everything. So,
what the heck is that? Look at that. That is okay. Look, if there is some blinking lights there, so it looks like they were aircraft, but that's a huge line of stuff.
Yeah, they floated across the sky for a good 5 minutes out there. We watched them.
I'm going to watch this again. Wow. It's there. Only a couple of them are blinking, though.
It wasn't a real good video. We couldn't get them all. There was, it as far away as they were, it looked like it could have been, miles long.
It looks miles long to me. That's a pretty crazy grab. When somebody called you, what did they say they were seeing?
They just said go look out to the north, and they said there's a bunch of lights in a line kind of blinking synchronicity. So
how long did it last? How long were you able to watch this?
Oh, a good 5 minutes probably.
Wow. This is the fourth time I've watched this now. That's pretty nuts. Only what's weird is in the middle of this video, the blinking looks like it's going in a circle, and then one red light pops on one time. Wow, that's crazy.
Yes, sir.
That's a pretty nutty video, man.
We've had several sightings out there. Actually had another video, but somebody took it on Snapchat, so it didn't. We weren't able to save it, but. Had another sighting not too far away from there. We saw two lights in the sky, and it was not quite dark outside, so you'd have been able to see an object in the sky if the lights weren't on. Well, we watched these two lights for a minute, then all of a sudden it seemed like they jumped closer to the vehicle. And I started rolling my window up like whatever it was that flew towards us that fast wasn't going to be able to get to the window, but we watched it for a minute, and then all of a sudden both lights just disappeared, and there was no object in the sky. I don't have any idea what it was, but it was a pretty scary experience.
Did you say your name was Darren, Darren?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm putting this. I'm retweeting it right now, and I want everybody to check this out so they can see what I'm. That's a pretty cool. I would freak out a little bit if I saw something like that. Over here in Burbank, once in a while, we'll get a line of helicopters that'll fly over, and we have groups of stuff, but nothing quite that big. Is there a military base nearby?
No, sir.
Huh.
Not that I know of. The only thing that we have is Pantex, but I guess that's where they work on or disassemble nuclear weapons, stuff like that out there. That's the only thing we have that I know of.
But thank you for posting this, and I've got it up there now so everybody can watch it. I'm going to watch this just one more time while I've got you on the phone. And you pan out to the left, and then you pan back to the right, and you can tell that it just continues and continues and continues. Wow, that is a huge line of aircraft. Nice grab, man. Nice grab, Darren. Seriously, well done.
Well, I appreciate you taking my call.
Yeah, thank you so much, and I'm going to let everybody know if you're out there in Odessa. Thank you, Darren, for the phone call, and thank you for the post. Be safe out there. You can continue driving. Okay, man.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. Anybody out there in Odessa that saw this tonight, let me know and shoot me an email to jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com. We've got the video up there right now, and it is interesting. I mean, it's a long line of aircraft. You know, the question that I have for everybody is, did you get underneath it? What did you see? Was it helicopters? Was it planes? or was it a string of unidentified stuff? I really, really want to know what's going on there. All right, let's go to area code 805. You're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Chloe.
Hey, Chloe, how are you? How was your New Year's?
Well, everything has gotten so much better now in the new year. I just found out I'm going to be a grandmother again for the third time.
That rocks.
And my husband had another bone scan to see how the cancer was progressing, and the tumor is gone. And the doctor's like, how did that happen? So the tumor in the bone and the femur is just, there's no sign of it. It's totally gone.
How did it go away?
I don't know. I mean, the doctor asked him, and he's like, what have you been doing? And then my husband looked at me, and he said, do you think they had anything to do with it? I'm like, what, my friends in high places? I said, I've been asking. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So no CBD or anything?
Oh, he's been using that occasionally for pain because he can't take regular pain medicine because of the Imbruvica that he's taking for his lymphoma,
right?
B-cell lymphoma. So the doctor told him that if he had to take something, to take Tylenol, but he tries not to take anything. But then he got some CBD oil that he uses for pain, but it's not like he takes it religiously, like 3 times a day or anything like that. He takes it when he's in pain and he can't take the other things. So
right. Well, I'm not a doctor. I'm not. I am not. But CBD, no matter what, is going to do nothing but benefit you. Right? It just doesn't matter. My recommendation is take it if there's nothing wrong. Right?
See, I can't take it. I'm allergic to it. I tried it.
You're allergic to it?
I can't anything related to the pot plant, unless it's just like hemp fiber, I have a problem with. I have problems.
Well, see, but that's the thing with CBD. There should be nothing.
No, tried it. I tried it.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Tried it.
Wow, what a
drag. What happens, I start to feel really weird inside. I start to get little tiny pains in like every joint in my body. I start to feel like, I don't know if you've ever had an anxiety attack, but like right before you go into one, like you start feeling really uneasy. I feel like that. And I mean, I've tried pot in various forms, and it doesn't. I think the worst experience is what was one time when I did an edible, and my husband's like, "No, go ahead and try it." And it's going to be different. It's not like smoking it. And I ate it, and I had 8 hours of hell. So it was absolutely horrible. The only thing that I could ever use was like just 2 hits of a joint when I had a migraine, and it would get rid of the migraine without any adverse effects. So other than that, no, can't use it. Just have a really bad time with it. And I wish I didn't. I really wish I didn't, because I have to take other pain medicine, and I would really like to not be taking that. So.
Well, it sounds like 2019 has started off really good for you guys.
Yeah, and then hopefully we'll be able to get out of this state soon and into a different location. That's what we're planning. So we've almost got one more room in the house to finish, then it goes on the market, and then we're getting out of here. So, and I do better in a drier climate, so I'll probably start feeling better when we get back to Arizona.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to go dry, that's the place to be.
And go all the way, right?
Yeah, I mean, seriously, dry out.
Yeah, make a commitment. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. And my daughter, who's we just found out she's pregnant again. She lives in Arizona, and she's happy that we'll be there when this baby was born, because I wasn't able to be with her for her first delivery because my husband had just gone through chemo. And so this time I said, Mom's going to be there, and she's excited.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
We aren't grandparents yet. So, and with both of my daughters, I'm kind of happy that way right now. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm nervous. You want the best for your children, right? No matter what. It doesn't matter if you have a son or a daughter. But I have 2 daughters, and I'm telling you right now, I've got rules when it comes to my potential son-in-laws, and they both know it. And I'm sorry, it's just the way, and so we'll cross that bridge, and then we'll think about grandchildren. Right now, Rita's down the hall in her studio going, "Church, shut up." But I'm serious. I'm serious.
Well, we have rules too when it comes to potential son-in-laws, and my youngest daughter has married someone we think is amazing and wonderful, and he totally adores her. My oldest daughter, however, we won't have anything to do with the 2 of them together. She has to come and interact with us, which is her and our grandson, because we don't want to see him. He's not. He is the worst, and I won't go into what he's done, but I am having trouble trying to find a way to forgive somebody for what he's done, and I haven't found a way yet. And it's not just like physical abuse or cheating on her. It's worse than that. And you're like, well, what could it be? And I'm not going to go into that.
Let's not do that here. It's the beginning of the year. Let's stay positive. But congratulations.
Right. Well, maybe because so many great things have happened so far for us in 2019, it also means that my oldest daughter will wake up and get into a great relationship.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Positive vibes. Vibes.
That's what we're working on.
Well, congratulations on being another grandmother for returning to that, and congratulations on the cancer. That's a really, really big deal. So that's the way to start off your 2019. Chloe, be safe and be well, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. That's a great phone call right there. Grandmother, again. Let's go to San Antonio, Texas. You're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, this is Josh from San Antonio.
Hey, Josh from San Antonio. Did you see this long line of lights out in the sky?
No, I didn't. I was just finishing up an assignment for school, but I caught some of the beginning of the show on the way home. So
yeah, you need to go over to Twitter and look at the video that Darren shot. I just retweeted it. It's pretty crazy. He shot it over Odessa, but it's miles long. Whatever these lights are, it's crazy.
Okay, I'll do that.
So what's on your mind, Josh?
All right. Hey, man, I wanted to say this last time, but I want to talk about 3 different sightings I had within a week here in San Antonio back in July.
3?
Yes.
Okay. Give me number 1. What happened?
Okay, so number 1, I'm outside, and I'm just having a cigarette. I smoke cigarettes. So I'm outside having a cup of coffee, and it's about 9:15 at night. I know that because it's saved on a file on my computer. So I'm looking to the south. I live in northeast San Antonio, and I'm looking to the south. I have a military background, by the way. So I'm looking to the south, and all of a sudden I see this big, white, shining orb that is moving from southeast San Antonio going straight north. And so I'm watching, I'm scanning, it has caught my attention. And you have to keep in mind that not only do I have a background in looking for craft, I also see craft all the time here in San Antonio. There's a very busy airport here in San Antonio that's very congested. There's also 3 active Air Force bases. So along with the civilian craft, I also see plenty of military craft that I can identify in the daytime very easily. And even at night, you see the different lights, and I can tell just by looking at it. But this is a shining white orb, and it's moving classically the way you see orbs move that are not your typical aircraft. It's a big white shining orb, and there's no flashing light.
Okay.
It's just a orb. And so it's moving, and it's getting, as it's coming into my perpendicular looking to the east. So I'm looking to the east now, and it's 180. It's lined up with me as I'm looking at it, and it stops. Okay, and it stops, and it's just hovering right there for about 5 to 10 seconds, and it moves a little bit forward, and it does it again for about another 5 to 10 seconds, and then it moves again. Now this object is not moving extremely fast. Okay, so my first thought is, okay, and the assumption would be that this is some type of drone, right?
Right.
But I know that civilian marketed drones can't move farther than 3 to 4 to 5 miles. I mean, 3 miles tops. If you're going any farther than that with a civilian, even an expensive one that you're paying thousands of dollars for, you're not moving farther than that. I also see how high up in the sky this is. This object is anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000 feet easy. It's right below the cloud line as I'm looking at it. So I'm looking at it, and it has the look of well, first of all, let me give you the size. The size, looking at it, it's bigger than a prop plane. So you know how you look at it and see a prop plane at night, and it's flying. You see some of the prop planes that are flying low, and you can see the difference in size from a prop plane to a commercial size plane.
Right.
You can clearly see that at night. Well, this object was in between a prop plane and a commercial size airplane, just the light. Now, I don't know how big the object would have been with this orb, even if there even was an object. So I watch it, and it continues to go out of my view.
And it was traveling. It was traveling north.
Yeah, it was traveling northbound, and I jumped in my vehicle, and I can't really give you a great description, but I can get out of the outskirts of town very easily because I'm on a suburb kind of San Antonio, and I can get out in the country just within a couple minutes. And so that's what I did, and this thing was out of my view. So it continued to travel out of my view, continuing to head northward, which also tells me that there's just no way that this is a commercial drone, because I did the math. I got on the map, and just from where I saw it and then from where it went out of my view was easily 15 miles, easily.
And so right there, you have Lackland Air Force Base, right? That's right there in San Antonio.
You have Lackland, right? And Lackland is on the western side.
Yep.
And then on the northeastern side is Randolph.
Yep.
So that was my other thought is, okay, well, maybe this is moving towards Randolph. But this was moving not, and that's what I still think. This could very well be a military craft. But it was not a civilian craft. In the way it moved, there's just no way that it could have hovered like that. And I'm going to explain that in the second sighting. So move on to the second sighting. This thing moved out of my view. And so 2 nights later, it's almost the exact same night. I think the first night I'd have to look at the file from when I took the picture or took the video.
And Josh, I'm going to just give you the heads up. I've got about 4 minutes before the end of the show. So let's go to sighting number 2, 2 nights later.
Okay, so 2 nights later, there I am. It's almost the exact same night. The first time was about 9:15. This time it's probably about 9:20 something. I believe it's 9:22. So 2 nights later, the exact same time, I start seeing an orb come into my view. Again, this time it was lower. It was probably about 1,000 or 2,000 feet lower than it was last time. And this time it is dead lined up with me, Jimmy, from north to south.
Okay.
It is right on my line. As I look up, at it, so it's coming from the south again, and here, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my God, if I was to send you the video, you'd hear my voice like I'm seeing this again.
Mm-hmm.
So here it comes. And by the way, I've never seen this again. So here it comes, and as the moon was very bright this night. It was almost a full moon, as I remember. And this thing comes up, and it stops almost right above my head. Like right above my head, this thing stopped.
Wow.
And my hair was standing up. I mean, as I'm telling you right now, it's standing up because I've never seen something like this in my life. Never have I ever seen anything like this. I've spent 28 months in Iraq. I've seen all the aircraft that you can think of day in and day out during my 14 years in the military. I know what I saw that night. So there it is, and it stops, and it's hovering right above my head, and this time it stays there for about 15 to 20 seconds, longer than what it was the 2 nights prior.
And what about the third sighting?
Okay, so the third sighting, Jimmy. All right, so this one was moving from northwest to southeast San Antonio, and this thing it happened at dusk. Okay, so it was almost dark outside, and this thing was moving at a very high speed. I'm talking about it had to have been moving thousands of miles an hour. This thing was moving. And it moved all the way across the city out of my view within a few seconds. So, but what was amazing about it was, and I snapped a couple pictures of it, is this thing was cigar-shaped. You could see the light shining off of it from the sun as the sun was going down that night. And I snapped a few photos of this thing, and it had no wings. But it wasn't cigar-shaped, like long, elongated. It was like pill-shaped, like a capsule. And in the picture, I changed out the filtering and everything. But even that night, when I saw it come over my head, you could see it glistening. You could see it glistening off the sun. And so, which tells me it had like this metallic type of color or this metallic type of nature, because you could even see it glistening. And it was only a few thousand feet over my head. But it moved so fast, and it was moving in one straight line. It had no lights on it. And like I said, in the picture, if I was to send you the picture, you would say, what the heck is that? Because this thing had no wings on it.
Send me, you've got my email address, jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com.
Right.
Send me all three. I want to check. I want to check all of it out. And the third sighting, Josh, I don't know if I caught this. So the first night, skip 2 nights. Second night, the orange orb overhead. The third sighting, how many days after the orange orb was that? Was this all in like a week?
This was all in a week. So it was, I believe it was 3 or 4 days after the second sighting. So it all happened within a week. I would have to look at the exact time, but it was definitely 3 or 4 days. I have it saved on my files.
Right.
So
well, send me the collection, man. I want to check it out. I really do.
Okay, I will. And I remember you were talking to somebody else about this no wing structure, which was like, I gotta send this in to you and see what you think about it. So
yeah, I've got to check it out. Now, what year was this?
This was this year. This happened in July. Okay,
July of 2018.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm still messed up too. It's okay, Josh.
Yeah, July of 2018. So it was July 17th and then July 19th, and then I believe it was around July 22nd or 23rd, something like that.
And what part of San Antonio are you in? North, east, west, south?
I live in a little place called Converse, which is northeast of San Antonio.
Okay, I got you. Okay, well, send it in. I want to check it out. Send me the whole collection.
All right, will do, Jimmy. I will.
Thank you so much, Josh. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Great phone call. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. And for everybody else out there in Texas, San Antonio, July 2018, do you remember anything going down that week? I'm going to look at everything when Josh sends it in, and I can't wait to see it, and I'll get back to everybody on Monday. All right? So, Josh, send it to me over the weekend, and I will check it out. And with that, what a perfect Fader night. Perfect Fader night. Got Dexter Dave and Lizzi. Unbelievable. A wedding proposal live on the air. That was so cool. I've done a lot of neat things, but that one rates up there at the tippy top of it all. We got the cookbook. Stacy, Teresa Yanaros coming in strong. Nothing but great phone calls tonight. And I am going to get out of here. I think I've got the feeling I think I'm going to go to Wingstop tonight. I'll post some pictures. Faded Black's executive producers, Rita Camarion. Shows, I got tongue-tied. Shows produced by Hill J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Bob. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vitoa, Mark D. Covard. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. I can't even talk right now. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network. Syndication is KGRA, The Planet. This broadcast owned and copyrighted 2018 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. We'll see everybody on Monday. Be safe. Go Backley Tappy.